Good morning, folks. It's your boy Kelley coming in, your certified holistic nutritionist. How we doing this morning? Hope you all are doing fantastic. Let me see if I flipped my camera. I did. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Man, we're going to have some fun today on this Saturday as we do each and every other day. Okay? Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things insulin resistance, all things diabetes, all things we talk about weight loss, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, anything related to insulin resistance. Man, we're on it. We are on it. Like I said, PCOS, all of that stuff. And we're going to find out how to defeat this thing. Like, is this something that you got to deal with for the rest of your life? Is diabetes something you got to deal with for the rest of your life? Or insulin resistance, or something you got to deal with for the rest of your life? Or is this something that can be reversed? Thank you, Erica. How are you? Good morning. Is this something that you could flip around, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. If you're just joining us, if you're just found me recently, man, we're gonna have some fun today. Like I said, we're gonna talk about the whole thing. Lifestyle medicine, like what is lifestyle medicine? Like if you have a high A1C, like how do you bring your A1C down? Right? Your A1C won't drop by itself. So how can you bring it down? Well, you can bring it down in as little as 14 days, believe it or not. Yeah, it takes 3 months for the whole process to take effect, 3 to 4 months. But in 2 weeks, man, you could do a whole lot of, you can put a big dent in your A1C in as little as 2 weeks. Hang out with me and I got you. Hang out with me and I got you. That's what the plan is. That's what the mission is, to show you how to put a big dent in your A1C. If you're new to me, my name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Been in Houston, Texas now 11 years and 14 years all together. The question is, folks, where are you from? Tap in with me and let me know where you're from. Man, what city are you from? What state you're from? What country are you from? We talk about all things insulin resistance, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, gestational diabetes, PCOS, erectile dysfunction, borderline diabetes, whatever you want to call it. We talk about it all. It's just all insulin resistance. How do I know about this condition? Okay, we got some folks. Let's see where the folks are coming in from. Connecticut. Shout out to Connecticut. Also put new in the chat if you're new. If you're new for the first time, or if you just found me yesterday or today, or put a new in the chat also. We got Dallas, Texas, man. St. Louis. Shout out to St. Louis. New. Okay, shout out to my new folks. Like I said, my name's Kelley, certified holistic nutritionist. Talk about all things insulin resistance. Okay. Thank you kindly. Thank you, John, for saying that you like my shirts. Thank you very much. That means a lot. Connecticut, newbie. Shout out to you, man. Here's a College Station. Oh, right up the street from me. You're not too far. Type 1 diabetic. All right. Sugar, Memphis, Tennessee. No doubt about it. New in the chat. Kyle, Texas. What new from West Virginia? Shout out to West Virginia. The 14-day challenge is for I'm going to school for nutritionist and health science. Well, hang out with me. I got you. We're gonna go. Here's what we do on my lives. Here's what we do. I come on, I introduce myself, say hi to everybody, answer everybody's questions, and then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into what? I'm a trainer. This is what I do. Been training for many years. The Navy taught me how to train. And I trained in corporate America for 13 years, or for 10 years in corporate America. So now I'm going to be training y'all. And what am I training y'all on? I'm training y'all on insulin resistance, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, right? We're going to find out what an A1C is, what's a hemoglobin A1C, and then why is it so high? And then once it gets so high, how do you bring it down? All right, we got the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So we got the reset challenges for my serious folks who are serious about change. If your blood sugar has been too high, if you've been on that blood sugar roller coaster for years and years upon years, your blood sugar's high, your blood sugar's low. If you tried everything and nothing has worked, and you wake up and you just feel like you're stuck this way forever, well, I'm here to tell you, if you experience the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, you're going to prove yourself wrong, okay? Over 200 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is for people who are pre-diabetic, gestational diabetes, PCOS, type 2 diabetes, any form of insulin resistance. This is who the challenge is for. And it is a blueprint that says, if you follow this blueprint like so many other people have done, you will get similar results. You want to see what kind of results are we talking about here? Here we go. First of all, who am I? My name's Kelley. Like I said, certified holistic nutritionist, but I wasn't always a nutritionist. I wasn't always a health coach. Here's what it is. Wasn't always a nutritionist. Then I'm going to get to your questions. I wasn't always a nutritionist. Wasn't always a health coach. Check this out. This was not too long ago, right? This was some years back. Here, look at that. It's called diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. Yeah, that's the other one. Heart disease is the other one that I had. Told you I've been training for many years. I was at a class. I taught a class in Canada. Had no idea that I was, and when I took this picture, I had no idea that I had diabetes and heart disease. I had no idea. I found out 2 weeks later, though, after this picture. So, folks, when I tell you I know a thing or two about this condition, sit back, relax. We're going to be here until 11 a.m. Central Time. We're going to be here till noon Central. So we're going to be going through a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to give y'all the beginning stuff. Yeah, the beginning. Yeah, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is the start. That's going to be the start of your journey. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But after that, it's about going beyond the challenge for full transformation. Now, I didn't do that in 2 weeks. I didn't lose 70 pounds, or I didn't reverse diabetes, or I didn't reverse heart disease in 2 weeks. But here's what I did do. I did put a dent in big old dent in the whole thing, because that was a complete transformation. That was the entire year. But in 2 weeks, you're going to put a big dent in your A1C. You hang out with me, and I promise you, that is what I'm going to show you. So let's get into it, folks. Do me a favor. Put the word A1C in the chat. And also, if you want to know more about the challenge, you click the link in my bio. You go register for the quiz. There's a quiz on there. There's a quiz. There's the master class, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Everything's free on the page, folks. Everything. Except for the challenge. Challenge is the only thing I got to charge you for, because there is serious people getting serious results in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But here we go, folks. Do me a favor. Put the words A1C in the chat. We're going to dive into it in a little bit. But like I said before, I told you what we're going to talk about. We're going to find out who we're fighting and what are they all about. How do you defeat this thing? So let's get into these questions. Let's say we got some questions. 8.4, North Carolina. I'm going to school for a nutritionist. Yeah, that's where I left off. Good afternoon. Yeah, shout out to you. A1C is an 8.4. Hi, everyone. Good morning. What's up? New type 2 diabetic, high blood recently, higher despite high cholesterol, gallbladder removed. Whoa. I've reversed my type 2. Nice. Nice. The challenge, it's like I said, everything's free. Yep, the challenge is $99 to join the 14-day challenge. But if you use the discount code, there's a live discount code. It's called discount code is SHOWER. That is the discount code. The live discount code is SHOWER. Take a shower. Okay? It's gonna drop that thing down to $79. I'm on a medical lab scientist. Okay. I'm a medical lab scientist. Okay. I'm drinking High C Orange at McDonald's. Wow. It's an interesting name you got there too, boss man. Fatso 210. Okay. This is an interesting name. Sugar's at a 315. You're telling me you're saying you're at McDonald's having a High C? Your sugar's at a 315. All righty. I don't know what it's to say on that one. Manjaro work, but insurance labs. So it's here's my philosophy, folks. My philosophy is that it should always be lifestyle first, medication second, because that's what diabetes is, folks. That's what insulin resistance is. That's what type 2 diabetes is. It is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. So if it's your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, shouldn't it be your diet and lifestyle that gets you out of the condition? That's kind of what we're going to uncover today in this live. What is it? And then how do you fix it? It is a lifestyle-driven condition. People always see my picture and they're like, well, hey, Kelley, well, how much medication did you take, man? Like, did you take the whole gambit of medication? No. I didn't take the whole gambit of medication. I just changed my lifestyle. That was it. Because that's what caused it. And as a result, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more, none of that, right? Ed, are you saying your name's Ed or are you saying ED? All right, let's get into any advice on reverse sleep apnea, 230 on GLP-1. Stick around with me. This whole thing is going to be about advice. This whole process is going to be about advice. So how you doing, folks? Do me a favor. If you're just coming in, we're getting ready to put the words A1C in the chat. We're getting ready to talk about all things A1C, going up to the board. But also, like I said, folks, click the link in my bio, register for the quiz, register for the master class. And for my folks who are ready for serious change, it's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? Here it is right here. For my folks who are ready for serious change, if you're ready for serious change, if you wake up at night saying like, man, diabetes is going to steal my future, if that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But here, a couple of things you should do first is the quiz. There's a quiz that you could take. It is a 2-minute quiz. Here it is. 2-minute quiz that you can take and understand and learn your diabetes management style. That is a quiz right there. Go take that quiz. Very, very useful quiz. The master class, absolutely free. It's a free master class. 45 minutes. I'm telling you, 45 minutes. You watch this master class. You register and watch this master class. Woo! And you do what's in it. It's the lifestyle medicine formula. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. That's it. That's the formula. That's the same formula that I use. It's called Maintaining Your Pace. Free masterclass, folks, right there. And then there's a PDF as well. You can read it. You can go read about the formula, and then you can join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. The reset challenge, like I said, that's not for everybody. It's only for people who are serious and ready to take control of their blood sugar. If you're seriously ready to take control of your blood sugar, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is going to be for you. It is a challenge. Like I said before, it's a blueprint that says, if you follow this blueprint, if you follow this path, it's all about nutrition. That's all we're doing is changing your nutrition. You follow this blueprint, you follow this path, in as little as 14 days, your blood sugar will be back almost, if not back to the normal range, damn near back to the normal range, under 100. The proof's in the pudding. People will come on and share their stories. They will come on and share their stories, how their A1C went from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days, how their A1C went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. In the 14 days, folks. That's it. So that is what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. Those people who are serious about reversing this type 2 diabetes and getting their life back and getting off their medication. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use the discount code SHOWER. You're joining the challenge for $79. Normally $99 to join the challenge, but if you use the discount code SHOWER, you join the challenge for $79. That's it. But again, only for those who are ready for serious change. If that's not you, then great. There's a lot of free stuff on there as well. Okay. Just want to make sure we're clear on that one. There's different levels. All right, folks, let's get to it. I'm about to look this thing up and we're about to get busy. We're about to get to the board. Do me a favor, folks. Put that word A1C back in the chat again. A1C back in the chat. While I'm doing this, while I'm going to the board, go take the quiz, register for the master class. Man, and join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So here we go. We're going to the board. Classes in session. This is how I run my lives, folks. Come on, introduce myself, let you know who I am. Guy who had diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and all that stuff. Had all of that, just to get a little reference before we get going. That was me. Okay, that was me. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, that was me. All right? That's where we're starting. That's not me anymore. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. And the same thing's going to happen to you. You stick around with me. Okay? You stick around, you hang out with me for a little while, I got you. You know what I mean? Diabetes is going to be a thing of your past. I'm like, what? People aren't even going to recognize you anymore. People are going to look at you. People are going to look just like they did for me. When they saw that picture of me, when you see that old picture of me and then they see the new me, some people who hadn't seen me in a while, didn't even recognize me. That is what's going to happen to you. All right. We ready? A1C, folks. Tell you what it is first. We're going to talk about what it is. And then I'm going to tell you how to bring it down naturally. Then we're going to talk about some other stuff. We're going to talk about clean eating. We're going to talk about how do you lose weight, all of that stuff. Let's get into it, folks. Did y'all put the word A1C in the chat? You want to join, you use that discount code SHOWER. I'm going to put it over here. SHOWER. That is the discount code. That looks weird. SHOWER. Shower. Okay? That's it. Here we go, folks. Let's talk about all things A1C. Are you talking about reversing diabetes if you're pre-diabetic, low reading number? Pre-diabetic doesn't matter. Pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, PCOS, all of that stuff is reversible, right? Type 2 diabetes I'm talking about. And anything related to insulin resistance is pretty much reversible. Yeah, anything. Type 1 is a whole different ballgame. But type 2, it's a lifestyle-driven condition, so therefore it is your lifestyle that can get you up out of there. Yeah, do me a favor, folks, and bebop this screen and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. So if you're struggling, you know anybody that's struggling with insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, erectile dysfunction, you share this live out there with them, folks. But here we go. See if I missed any questions. What about type 3? Type 3C, but also PCOS type. Insulin resistance. Okay? Stick around with me. I got you. All that stuff's related. Here it is. Hemoglobin. Here's what diabetes is, folks. Type 2 diabetes we're talking about. Insulin resistance and all that stuff. Hemoglobin A1C. Do me a favor, folks. Put a me in the chat if you've ever gone to the doctor and they've given you, your hemoglobin A1C test, right? Or maybe you've gone to the doctor and they say, hey, listen, you're anemic, you've got low iron, right? Has anybody ever experienced that before? They're anemic, maybe they got low iron, right? Anybody ever experienced that before? Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat if you've ever experienced that. Let's see. Oh, got some me's. We got some me's. Yeah, a lot of me's. A lot of me's. A lot of hand raisers. Okay, so let's break down let's break down what that is and why you're always so tired. Like, man, I'm always tired. Why am I always tired? Well, it's because your hemoglobin is low. So if you're anemic, it means your hemoglobin is low. And what the hell's hemoglobin? Well, the word hemo means iron and oxygen. That's what the word hemo means, iron and oxygen. So it's oxygen-rich blood. Literally every time you breathe, oxygen-rich blood must go through every cell of your body. Every time you move, oxygen-rich blood must go through every cell of your body. You're like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, breathing. Every time you breathe, you have to have oxygen-rich blood going through your entire body. If you don't believe me, try holding your breath. Try holding your breath and see how long you can hold your breath. Well, you can't hold it like 30, 40, 50 seconds, a minute maybe. It's because you don't have enough oxygen-rich blood going through your body. So you have to breathe to get in more oxygen-rich blood. But hemoglobin is the iron, so iron and oxygen, that globin means protein. So iron and oxygen with a protein goes through every cell of your body. Oxygen-rich blood. That's what it is. That's hemoglobin. It's very important stuff, folks. So how important is it? Well, it's so important that if you don't have enough of it, you don't have enough hemoglobin, guess what the doctors will do? The doctors will give you a blood transfusion. If you don't have enough hemoglobin, if your hemoglobin gets too low, like, 7, 6, 5, starts getting down like that, Doctors will come in and give you a blood transfusion because that's how important the stuff is. Okay, sounds like important stuff. The word A1C is how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin. You're like, what do you mean sugar being stuck to my hemoglobin, Kelley? Well, I mean, like literally stuck. I mean, like if you take some sugar or you take some candy and you just put your hand, let's just say you just put your hand in a big thing of Mountain Dew, or you just jump in a big bathtub of Mountain Dew, or you get a Jolly Rancher all over your finger and it's just all sticky and nasty feeling. So sticky and nasty that you got to go wash your hands. So folks, that's what is happening to your hemoglobin. Over the past 3 months, this is what's happened to your hemoglobin. There has been sugar stuck, annoying sugar, to your life, basically, to your oxygen-rich blood. There's annoying sugar. So there's implications of that, but we'll keep it going. So that's kind of what that means. It's a percent, and it goes anywhere between about 4 and 30. Now, sometimes higher than 4, sometimes lower than 4, sometimes higher than 30. Right? These are extreme ranges. But typically, it's going to go somewhere about 4 and 30. It is a percent of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin, aka your oxygen-rich blood, aka the oxygen that you breathe, aka your life, basically. Okay, that's what it means. It's a percent. Who can tell me what happens? So what does that mean, though, Kelley? Who can tell me what happens, folks, when your A1C goes from a 5.7 to a 6.4? 5.7 to a 6.4. What happens, folks? And do me a favor, folks. Also, go take that quiz. If you're just joining us, click the link in my bio and take the 2-minute quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Like, how have you been managing this condition? It's going to take you 2 minutes. Take that quiz, folks. It's absolutely free quiz. But who knows what happens when your A1C gets to a 5.7 to a 6.4? I'm going to tell you what to do next. We're going to find out what this number means first. We're going to find out who the villain is we're fighting. And then once we figure out who the villain is, then I'm going to give you the plan to defeat the villain. That's the plan. That's next. It's a 2-part thing. You become more insulin resistant, pre-diabetic. Pre-diabetic, somebody says, all right, what does it mean? Any other guesses? Any other guesses of what it means when it's 5.7 to a 6.4? You go to the doctor, you're like, yo, doc, what's my A1C, doc? And they're like, your A1C is a 5.9, we'll say. Somebody said earlier, 5.9. Well, what does that mean? You're within normal? Okay, somebody said you're normal. What about type 1? What about type 1? Same thing. What about it? Okay, diabetes is the diabetes. Okay, how you autoimmune condition versus insulin resistant versus lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, but you still got high blood sugar. Type 1, same thing. You want to make yourself more insulin sensitive. Struggle function 80 to 90, 120. Okay, 3-month average. All right. I don't see the quiz. We'll get back to it. I'm going to give you this. It's linked in my bio. So right here and then right here. Click on my picture again. So that's it, folks. 5.7 means to a 5.7 to a 6.4 means that you're a pre-diabetic. You'd be like, well, what the hell does a pre-diabetic mean? I don't know what that means. Okay, let's play another game. Who can tell me what the most important hormone is in the body? Can you tell me what the most important hormone in the body is? Is type 2, someone asked the question, is type 2 diabetes self-inflicted? For the most part, it is. Yes, it is a lifestyle-driven condition. It is your diet and lifestyle that most likely cause the condition. Other than you get some steroids. Other than that, barring anything like, medicals, steroids, barring any of that, yeah, it was self-inflicted. Yeah. It's a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. Absolutely. All right. It's also, no, it's not inherited. Lifestyle is inherited. Okay. No, don't start. Diabetes is not inherited. Type 2 diabetes is not inherited. Your lifestyle is inherited. Cortisol. Okay, let's see. Most important hormone. What we got? Insulin. Okay. Thyroid. Cortisol. Yeah, preventable. There you go. That's a very good word. It's very, very preventable. Okay. But once you get it, you can turn the whole thing around. Most important hormone in the body. All right. Any other guesses? Any other guesses? Most important hormone in the body, folks. You got a grasshopper on the quiz. Okay. Stick around then. All right, folks, here it is. The most important hormone in the body is insulin. So if insulin is the most important hormone in the body, this number is an indicator of how insulin resistant you are becoming. Okay, let's up the ante. Most important hormone in the body is insulin. This number is an indicator of how insulin resistant you are becoming. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a good thing. That cannot be a good thing if you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. The hormone is so important that if you don't have it, if you're a type 1 diabetic, you will not survive. If you do not have insulin, that is why they're insulin dependent, because they depend on insulin, because you can't live without it. You can live without some of the other hormones. You can live without other hormones. You won't have a great quality of life, but you'll still be around. But if you don't have insulin, you won't be around. That's how important this stuff is. So this is what this number is indicating. The higher the number is, the more resistant to the most important hormone you're becoming. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Okay. 6.5 or higher. What does that mean? When you go to the doctor and your A1C is a 6.5 or higher, what does that mean? Like you're 6.5, like it was for me. Like it was for me. Like right here, look. My A1C was a 6.5 right here. This is when my A1C was a 6.5. I didn't even know. I didn't even know my A1C was at a 6.5. I didn't even know. I didn't even know my A1C was at a 6.5. 2 weeks later, I found out. 2 weeks later, I found out I had heart disease. Okay, what does it mean? 6.5 or higher. Ooh, diabetic, full blown. Ooh, full blown. It means you're insulin resistant. Yeah. It means you're insulin resistant. It means your insulin resistance, diabetes. Okay. It means got mine from a 10 to a 6.6, dropped from a 485 to a 406 pounds. Nice. I was like, I hope your blood sugar was that high. You're talking about pounds. Okay. All right. Diabetes, folks. Let me erase that. That means, yep, diabetes. That's what it means. But what does diabetes mean, folks? Who knows what it means to have full-blown diabetes, as they say? Well, it means this. It means if your number is a 7, 8, 9, 10, it means you're becoming very, very sick. Because insulin is the most important hormone in the body. And if insulin is not doing its job, that is not a great thing. I'm telling you, it's not a great thing. So if insulin is the most important hormone in the body, and this number is an indicator of how high, what the percent of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin. Remember what we said hemoglobin was? Hemoglobin is literally the life that you breathe, oxygen-rich blood. So over the past 3 months, due to the fact that you're insulin resistant, caused your A1C had caused more sugar to be stuck to your hemoglobin. And the more sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin, aka your life, the faster you're checking out of here. It means the faster you're aging. That's literally what it means. The scientific word is glycation. This is what's happening to your cells. They're glycating. Like they're getting basically like rust. If you ever look at a pipe, say you look at a pipe and the pipe's all nice and clean, nice and clear and all that stuff. But as the time goes by, the pipe gets all rusty and nasty looking. And you don't want to touch it and get cut by some rusty, like a rusty nail. You don't want that. That's what's happening, folks, to your hemoglobin. Oxidation. And as this goes on year after year after year after year, the sugar is literally choking the life out of you. That's literally what it's doing. It's why people leave here 15, 20 years too soon. Like my sister passed away 2 years ago. 2 years ago last month from complications of diabetes. She passed away in her sleep. Her A1C was too high for too long. She had too much sugar stuck to her hemoglobin, and it literally choked the life out of her. And my big sister is no longer here at the age of 55 years old. So that's what it means, folks. These are the stakes. This is the game that we're playing. It's a game. It's kind of a game of blood sugar Tetris. It's a real life game. Look it up. Blood sugar Tetris. Okay? That's not a game. Something I made up. A little something I like to play. But that's it, folks. That's what it means. Here's what you want to do. You want to ideally to start adding years back to your life. To add years back to your life. Because the higher the number, the faster you're checking out of here. But to get your number back to the ideal range, that's where you want it, folks. It's possible. It's possible. It's called taking a blood sugar shower. A little something else I made up as well. What is a blood sugar shower? Well, a blood sugar shower is, I said there's a bunch of sticky stuff. Bunch of sugar that's stuck to your hemoglobin or your life. So when I say take a blood sugar shower, I mean by the actions that you do, based on the stress management, activity levels, eating, sleeping, substance abuse, lifestyle medicine, based on those areas, you can get your number back to the ideal range, 4.9 to 5.3. That's what you want it. You want to hang out with your grandkids a little while longer. You want to walk your kid down the aisle. You want to dance at your granddaughter's wedding. If that's what you want to do, there's some work that's got to be involved. Because I'm telling you, if your number is at a 15, 16, 10, 11, if your number's not in the ideal range, the higher the number is, basically the faster. Somebody asked if type 2 diabetes is preventable. Yes, it is very preventable. I just like to say here, the higher the number is, the faster you're digging a grave with your teeth. This is making sense to y'all, folks. It's got to make sense to you, okay? Blood sugar shower. A blood sugar shower is every single day, the actions that you're taking. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Every day you're regenerating new hemoglobin every single day. This is how you can lower your A1C in as little way. And as much, 2 points. Someone lowered their A1C 2 points. Jazzy did last week. She came on her A1C. She hung out. She did the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. 14 days, her A1C went from an 8 to a 6. 14 days. Stephen, his went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. How do we do that? By taking a blood sugar shower, okay? Every day, we're just changing what we're eating. We're just changing the food. Just change their food. Change what they're eating. Give them the good stuff. And every day, those new blood cells that are regenerating, that new hemoglobin that's regenerating, it has less sugar on it. Has less sugar on it. Yeah, it takes 3 months, 3 to 4 months for the entire process to turn over. Yeah, 3 to 4 months. But in 2 weeks, those new hemoglobin red blood cells that have been regenerated, minus the sugar, okay, minus all of that sugar, now that affects your overall A1C. So that's how you can lower your A1C and from an 8 to a 6 in 2 weeks, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 2 weeks. Same stuff I did. Don't believe me? Why, look. Don't believe me? Look. Same stuff I did. That's how you can do it. Diabetes, folks, is very, very preventable. But to do it, you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. It's very, very reversible. But to do it, you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. So that's it, folks. If this is making sense to y'all, I want y'all to put a health yes in the chat. We're going to talk about how to fix it next. But I want y'all to put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to y'all, folks. Put a health yes in the chat and put a new in the chat if you're also new as well. So health yes, health, and then put a new in the chat. Here we go. Let's see how many folks we got. And do me a favor, bebop this screen, share this live out with anybody you know that's struggling with this condition. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay. Change what I ate for 3 months, didn't. Okay. Let's see. Health, yes. Yep. Health, yes. What is a sugar shower? That's what we're going to talk about the whole time. A blood sugar. I'm going to tell you how to take one. A blood sugar shower. Isn't that right? Terry knows what a blood sugar shower is, don't you, Terry? Go take a blood sugar new. Okay, shout out to you, Cheryl, for being new. All right. Health, yes. Health, yes. Yeah. Hey, now. New. Shout out to you. Wait a minute. Dragonfly. Kimchi. Shout out to you for noticing the shirt about Kenji. You know who Kenji is. Not out to Kenji. Shout out to Kenji. Health, yes. You can feel tired, high blood sugar. Health, yes. We're gonna talk about it all. We're gonna cover the whole gambit. I'm telling you. Don't worry. We're just getting started. We're finding out who we're fighting right now. New. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Health, yes. Yeah. New. Yeah. Love it. A1C, but I've noticed fasting blood sugars have been 109 around 109. What's good? All right, depending on your definition of good. All right, let me know what is a sugar shower. A blood sugar shower, we're about to take one right now. A blood sugar shower is the work that you're going to have to do. In essence, a blood sugar shower is the work that you're going to have to do. What's the work you're going to have to do? We're going to talk about that next. It's a whole formula. It's having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. It's a formula. It's called Maintain Your Pace. PACE for optimal health. Now, you're gonna have to get outside of your comfort zone. You're gonna have to get outside of that comfort zone. But guess what? Progress matters more than comfort. Okay? Progress matters more than comfort. I'm struggling with the sweet. Here we go. Let me know what a sugar shower is. So that's what a sugar shower is. Just this lifestyle medicine, which we're going to break down each area. So here we go, folks. If you're just joining us, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go register for the quiz. That is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Where's the quiz? You click right up here, and then you click on my picture again, right? Click on my picture again, and then you're going to come to this link right here. You're going to come to my link. Here it is. The link in my bio. There it is. Folks, if you're struggling with insulin resistance, this is the link where you want to be. This is where you want to be. You want to go take the quiz. There's a 2-minute quiz you can take right here. You want to go take that 2-minute quiz. Boom. And then there is the master class. The master class right here. It is a 45-minute master class. It is absolutely free, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. Thank you for the daily heartbeat. All you got to do is pay attention. That's it. Okay, 45 minutes. I'm going to break down that formula on how to defeat type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance through the power of your lifestyle. That's what's in that masterclass. Go register for that. And then the PDF, right? You just want to read if you don't want to hear, like Kelley, I don't want to hear you no more. I didn't want to see Dragonfly. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to just go read it. So you can go read it right there. And then right here, for my serious folks. This is for folks who are serious. So you got all that stuff, all that's freebies. It's grab and go stuff, right? That's grab and go stuff. But here's where it starts. We start up in the States. When you're ready for change, if you raise your hand and you say, Kelley, that's me. I'm struggling with this condition, man. I'm struggling with insulin resistance. I'm struggling with diabetes. I've had it for many, many years, and I don't want to have it anymore. I want to reverse this thing. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right, 14 days. It is a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, what you can expect. You follow this blueprint. It's all about your nutrition. We're just eating. That's all we're doing. We're eating real food. Ready to take control of your blood sugar. We're eating real food. That's all we're doing, and we're streamlining it. We're going to give you what's a blood sugar shower. This is taking a blood sugar shower. Okay. It is basically like taking your blood sugar back to boot camp. It's essentially what we're doing. You're like, well, how are you going to do that? By a very streamlined approach. Everything, all of the meals are designed for you. All of the recipes are there. All you got to do is go get the food, cook the food, and get the results. That's it. Go get the food, go cook the food, and go get the results. In as little as 2 weeks, like so many people have done. This is the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, you raise your hand and say, listen, that's me, Kelley. I'm suffering from insulin resistance, man. No, I'm telling you, I'm done. Help. If you're saying help, that's you, help. All right, help. Here's where the help is. Here's where the Calvary. Frequently asked questions, all of that stuff. Pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, PCOS, erectile dysfunction, whatever form that you're struggling with, okay? Whatever form of insulin resistance you're struggling with, that is what you will find. That is what we're going to address in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's it. So everything's free, folks, except for the challenge. Challenge is the only thing that I got to charge you for because there's real people getting real results in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? So it's $99 to join this 14-day challenge. But when you use the live discount code SHOWER, okay, it's only fitting that we use the discount code SHOWER because you're going to be taking a blood sugar shower. You're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79. $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge where your life and your blood sugar will never look the same. Ask many people who have joined this challenge, taking their A1C from an 8 to a 6, from a 7.1 to a 5.7. In as little as 2 weeks, you put in the work, you show up, you do the work, you do it again tomorrow, you're going to get those same kind of results. But your A1C is not going to drop by itself. You're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. Like I said earlier, progress matters more than comfort. That's it, folks. We're going to talk about next on how to take a blood sugar shower. You want to join that challenge? You use that discount code SHOWER, $79 to join the challenge. All right, here we go, folks. But there's a lot of freebies on my page as well. Go grab and go, grab and go. Okay. All right, let me see if we got any questions. Ooh, I'm an ant. Ooh, okay, shout out to the ants. Shout out to an ant. You took the quiz and you found out you were an ant. Congratulations, okay? We still got some work to do, but congratulations. You're going in the right direction. Well, you're going to score in the quiz, folks. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Right? I'm mixed between okay. Let's see. All right. I ain't missing any questions. Show me again how to get to your link. All right. Let me show you how to get to the link. And then we're going to talk about how to fix this thing next. How to take a blood sugar shower, as I like to call it. So click right up here. Click on my picture again. So click here. And then click on my face again. You got to click my face. And then when you click my face, you're going to come to something that looks like this. When you click my face, right there, boom. There it is. There it is, folks. Scroll up. There's all the quizzes, the master classes, the PDFs, all that stuff, the freebies, the grab and go stuff. Grab it, put it in your tool chest. But folks, if you listen, if you can't remember the last time you felt real energy running through your body, then join that 14-day. Then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and find out what real, energy feels like again. Use that discount code SHOWER. All right. Let's talk. Speaking of a shower, let's talk about how do we take a blood sugar shower. 4.9, 5.3. I'm going to leave that up there all day. We're going to be here until 11 Central, folks. So 4.9, 5.3. That's where we want to get it. How do we get it there, though? Here's the work that you're going to have to do. Now, one of my favorite things is when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Type 2 diabetes, folks, insulin resistance, and all of these erectile dysfunctions and all that stuff that I named, that's all related to PCOS. That's all related to insulin resistance. And insulin resistance comes from too much blood sugar being in your blood, in your system. And as a result, you got to produce more and more and more insulin. And as a result, you become insulin resistant. Insulin, most important hormone in the body. It's responsible for your energy, your metabolism. If you ever want to get your energy back the right way, you say, yeah, help, Kelley. I need to get off my meds. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to live my life. I want to be free. You want to do that, it's very, very possible. The same way that I did it, same way that you're going to do it. But this is the only way to do it, though, folks. This is the only way to take a blood sugar shower is to get your number back to this ideal range, is to go take a blood sugar shower. And how do you do that? It's called by maintaining your pace. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. It's called lifestyle medicine, folks. It's the most neglected form of healing that there is. But it's the most powerful form of healing that there is. The most neglected, but yet the most powerful at the same time. When people see my pictures, they're like, hey, Kelley, well, what did you take, man? What did you take? When they see my pictures and they see my before and after pictures, they say, Kelley, what did you take? That's always the first question I get, right? What did you take, man? What did you take? That's what they say. See that, folks? What did I take? What did you take? I just tell them, like, listen, what do you mean, what did I take? I didn't take anything. All I did was took lifestyle medicine. All I did was I found myself a why. Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to reverse diabetes like I had? Why do I want to reverse insulin resistance and why the heart disease all like I had? Why do I want to reverse all that stuff? Well, it's because I have a strong why. So if you don't have a strong why, You're going to stop when it starts getting hard. When it starts getting hard, you're going to stop because you don't have a strong why. And shout out to somebody for joining the challenge. They joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and they use that discount code SHOWER. So if that's you, use that discount code SHOWER. Check your email. I'm going to send you a text later on. But back to it. Lifestyle medicine, folks. I can't prescribe this to you. Your doctor can't prescribe this to you. Your mom can't prescribe it to you. Your kids can't prescribe it to you. Your husband can't prescribe it to you. Your wife can't prescribe it to you. Your grandkids cannot prescribe it to you. Your doctor cannot prescribe it to you. The only person that can prescribe you this medication is you. So you're the only person that can prescribe yourself this medication. But here's the thing. You've got a choice. If you don't prescribe yourself this medication, the chances of you getting what you want, getting off the meds and getting your life back and living to hang out with your grandkids, the chances of you doing that are pretty slim. Pretty slim. Because here's what it is. Here's the truth of the matter. It will always be lifestyle first, medication second. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm a holistic health coach, nutritionist, right? I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. But what I am telling you is it should always be lifestyle. It will always be, not even should be, will always be lifestyle first, medication second. Barring you get into a, you're riding and you get into a big car wreck or something and you need to take the medication now. Like, yeah, listen to your doctor, like, take the medication, folks. Something like that, yeah. But when it comes to your life, your overall life, you got to prescribe yourself lifestyle medicine. That's the medication that I took. That's the medication that I want you to take. First part of the formula, maintaining your pace, is having a peaceful mind. That's the first part of the formula, folks. Having a peaceful mind. Well, what does it mean to have a peaceful mind? Why is having a peaceful mind so important? It's so important because if you're chronically stressed, if you're chronically stressed, cortisol will ruin your life, okay? Chronic stress can ruin your life. Why? Here's why. It's because when you're stressed, it's kind of like the reason that you get stressed. Check it out. I grew up in Florida where there's a whole bunch of alligators. And we knew never to play near a pond or a lake because there could be a hungry alligator right below the surface of the water. But let's just say I'm in the water swimming and an alligator tries to come and bite me. Whoo, the adrenaline is going to kick in. And then the cortisol is going to kick in. And then when that happens, it's going to cause more blood sugar to be released. It's going to cause more blood sugar to be released. And here's how the saying goes. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So if you're chronically stressed, that means you're chronically in fight or flight mode. Your body, you think that you're fighting the alligator the whole time, but you ain't fighting the alligator. You think you Dragonfly Jones. But stress, folks, we got to find out how to manage it. We got to find out how to reduce it. What's stressing you out? Is your mom stressing you out? Your mother-in-law stressing you out? Your kids stressing you out? Your job stressing you out? The traffic stressing you out? Who's stressing you out, folks? When we figured out who that is, okay, here's what you got to do. Here's a little technique that you can learn. Just remember this, that you can only control three things. You can control your own thoughts. You can control your actions and reactions. That's it. Your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. Anything outside of that is outside of your control. You can't even control your kids. Your kid's out of control. You can't control your kids because ultimately your kid has a mind of their own. And shout out to somebody for joining the challenge. Shout out to them. So, and what do I recommend then? Well, we recommend this, the 3 M's. Jot this one down, folks, the 3 M's. It's meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Those are the 3 M's, folks. Meditation, mindfulness, and meet with your therapist. Okay? You do that, that's going to help with having a peaceful mind. It all contributes to high blood sugar. Stress is a monster. I'm telling you. Okay? Now, this one, folks, this part of the formula that you're going to have to prescribe to yourself. The part of the formula that you're going to have to prescribe to yourself is this, folks. Having an active body. This is the part of the formula that people like, woo, having an active body, Kelley. No, I got this to do. I got that to do. I got this to do. I got things to do, Kelley. I don't have time to be active, bro. Like, no. I got the kids. I got this. I got that. No. Some people even ask me, like, Kelley, is it possible to be allergic to activity, man? Allergic to exercise? No, it's not. It's not possible to be allergic to activity. Why? It's because when human beings were created, when the heavens and the earth were created, human beings were then created. There was no Netflix, folks. Okay? There was no none of that. Thank you for the Daily Hartman. There was none of that. All the stuff that we have today, all the modern stuff that we have today, there was no cars. There was no clothes. There was nothing, okay? They just had to go move their body to do stuff. They had to be active. But today, we're not active. And as a result, that sugar, more sugar, we're not taking, this is how you take a blood sugar shower. We're not taking that blood sugar shower. Active body. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. This is what you got to prescribe to yourself. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. That's it. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. You're like, well, what the hell is moderate intensive movement, Kelley? Like, hold on now. Hold on, bro. Hold on. What the hell is moderate intensive movement? That's a fancy word you said. Well, think of it like this. If you're on a treadmill, it means that you can talk, but you can't sing. You can talk, but you can't sing. If I'm at the gym, like I went to the gym yesterday, if I'm at the gym and I'm running on the treadmill, and I see a young lady next to me, I can say, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing today? I can say that. That's moderate. I can talk. But now, if I can sing, like, hey, how are you doing? Then that means that's not moderate intensive movement. If you can sing, that's not moderate intensive movement. So you shouldn't be able to sing. Just think that's what moderate intensive movement is. You gotta prescribe yourself that 30 minutes a day. It could be something as simple as walking with your girlfriends. You could be power driving your kids, WWE style your kids, DDT your kids. Go for a fun dance. Do a TikTok dance. Find a trend. Okay. You can even put on a workout DVD, a workout something to move your body right there in your living room. We got stuff that we can cast on the TV now. There's so much stuff that you can do to be active. You don't have to be a world-class athlete. The reason you want to be active, folks, is because muscles are freaking hungry. Muscles are freaking hungry. You're like, well, what you mean muscles are hungry? Well, muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you've got too much of. Go figure. Same stuff that you got too much of. What? Oh yeah, blood sugar. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you've got, oh yeah, too much blood sugar. And if you've got too much blood sugar, you got to get out there and move your body like my man Dragonfly right here. And Kenji, his loyal servant. These guys are moving their body. You do that 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, I'm telling you. Move your body 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, a moderate intensive movement. You even get weekends off. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. You do that, and you even get weekends off, man. You can even break it up. You can go 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here, as long as it adds up to 30 minutes at a minimum. Okay, that's the age. Now, that's what you got to prescribe yourself. Like I told you before, I can't prescribe you this medication. Your doctor can't prescribe you this medication. The only person on this freaking planet that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. The C stands for clean eating. This is the work you're going to have to do, folks. This is the work you're going to have to do. These are meds that you're going to have to take to get your number back to this ideal range. This is the work. These are the meds. Ideal range. Remember that. Okay? Clean eating. Most controversial topic. Okay? Most controversial topic that there is clean eating. Out of the whole formula, this one right here, whoo, it's very, very personal to people. You don't believe me? Here it is. Nutrition is highly debated, just like politics, just like religion, all of that stuff. Nutrition, it beats them all. I didn't know this until I became a nutritionist. It just beats them all. It beats politics. It beats because it beats the religion and all of that stuff because it's deeply personal. You don't believe me? Check it out. I'm gonna tell you how divisive or how controversial this is. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Put it in the chat. I love doing this poll right here. It's a poll. It's a poll. Put it in the chat. Do you prefer pumpkin pie or do you prefer sweet potato pie? Go and on your mark, get set, go. We're gonna find out how controversial this topic is. I'm gonna get back to your questions after we finish the formula, folks. But pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Here we go. The results are coming in. What we got? All right. Sweet potato, pumpkin, both, pumpkin. All right, here we go. I'm gonna call them out. Pumpkin, sweet potato, sweet potato, sweet potato. They're the same fact. They're the same. Neither, don't like them. Sweet potato, both, pumpkin, apple. Honorable mention on apple. Pumpkin, sweet potato, right? Sweet. See, look, and check it out. There's no clear winner. There's no clear winner. Now, here's what's going to happen at the office. I'm going to tell you what can happen at the office. Thanksgiving comes around, and it's the office party. And you're like, well, hey, what are you going to bring what are you bringing to the party? And somebody says, I'm going to bring pumpkin pie. And people are like, what? Pumpkin pie? Oh, hell no. What? And then somebody says, I'm going to bring sweet potato pie. And then the people are like, sweet potato? Oh, hell no. You guys are going to get into the biggest fight at the office. Oh, and Thanksgiving about what the hell pie should be brought to the potluck. Yeah. That's how controversial clean eating is. I mean, eating is. So we're going to talk about clean eating. Real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Something that came from a branch, something that was once grown out of the ground, something that once had dirt on it. Leaner sources of protein. So here it is. Here's the combination. Here's the combination of all that stuff. So what do you eat, Kelley? Predominantly, this is what you eat. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, beans, leaner sources of protein. So whatever protein you prefer. Like I said, see how controversial it is with sweet potato, pumpkin. So whatever protein you prefer, okay? Whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey, whether it's fish, whether it's steak, whether it's eggs, whether it's tofu or tempeh from a plant-based folks, whether it's any of those, just make sure it's the leaner sources, not the processed meats. We're going to go deeper into clean eating, but not the processed meats, folks. Not things like bacon and salami and all that stuff. Bacon, salami, sausages, pepperonis, and for my Boudin folks, for my Louisiana folks, Boudin, okay? Boudin folks, it's not clean eating. Like I said earlier, when the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Think about that. When the diet is correct, medication is of no need, folks. Clean eating. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about that. I'm going to fly through that one, but we'll come back to it. Don't worry. Clean eating. All right. The E stands for effective. What? Effective what, folks? What do you think the E stands for? The last part of the formula. The last part of the formula to maintain your pace, to bring your numbers, start bringing your number back to that ideal range. What do we think it is? You want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, folks? If you just joined us, use that discount code SHOWER. What do we think it is? Effective, okay, planning. Exercise, okay, we already did exercise. We got an active body, all right. Let's see. Sleep, okay, sleep. Energy, somebody say. All right, sleep. Yeah. Effective sleep, yeah. You gotta get some effective sleep. How much effective sleep? 6 to 9 hours of it. 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep is what you want. Why is it so important? It's because if you don't get enough sleep, you're going to throw off your circadian rhythm. How your body processes hormones. It's all going to be thrown off. You're going to wake up the very next day more insulin resistant. You're going to wake up the very next day hungry from a poor night of sleep. The very next day. It's how your body, it's how your brain regenerates itself. You don't want to know where the most blood goes when you sleep? You want to know where the most blood goes when you sleep? Your brain. Your brain soaks up all of the blood. Like throughout your body, your brain it's the organ that needs the most blood at night while you sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, is why you wake up the next day all foggy headed and it's like, you're not thinking about it, like you're not 100%. Because the lack of sleep is a stressor. And when you get chronically stressed, check it out, it can cause a domino effect. Shout out to y'all folks just joining in. My name is Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. We're covering the lifestyle medicine formula right here to bring your number back to the ideal range, A1C, 4.9, 5.3. That's the last part of the formula though, folks. Effective sleep. If you're not getting enough, your blood sugar, here's what's going to happen. Check it out. Check it out. The poor sleep is like this. Check it out. It causes a domino effect. Like I said, poor sleep is a stressor. So in turn, what's going to happen is, remember earlier, we talked about having that peaceful mind. You could be working out. You can be like, people come to me and they're like, Kelley, I can't lose weight. Why can't I lose weight anymore? Or I try weight and I can't lose weight. They're like, I'm being active, man. I'm doing the clean eating, but the scale is just not moving. Damn it. My A1C is just not going down. Damn it. So I say, okay, well, let's dig into let's see how you've been maintaining your pace. I'm like, well, what about your sleep? Other people say, I'm not getting that much great sleep. What about your stress? Been stressed out a lot lately. So those can throw off everything. Your A1C is affected by all of that. So lack of poor sleep says you're stressed, more adrenaline, more cortisol gets released when you're stressed, more blood sugar gets released when you're stressed, more insulin gets released. So because wherever blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Wherever blood sugar goes, insulin follows. Okay? So it doesn't really matter if it was caused by stress or sleep. It's still blood sugar. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it was the blood sugar from the food. Doesn't matter if it was the blood sugar from whatever, from the lack of sleep, the stress. All the body knows is there's a lot of blood sugar. Where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So this is it, folks. This is a big old loop. These are the areas that you just got to keep on maintaining. You just got to maintain your pace. Look, it's a big circle. It's just a big old thing. People are like, well, how do you take a blood sugar shower? Well, what's a blood sugar shower? And here it is. A blood sugar shower is this. Doing this work right here, having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. And you do that day by day, day by day. Remember we talked about, if you're just joining us, we talked about hemoglobin A1C. The hemoglobin are those red blood cells, those oxygen-rich red blood cells. They're regenerating every day. You're getting a new set every day. Now it takes 3 months to get a totally new set. 3 to 4 months to get like a complete brand new set of red blood cells. It takes about 3 to 4 months. That's what an A1C is. But in as little as 2 weeks, you can put a big dent in your overall A1C. That's how the math goes. It's math, simple math. Because every day those red blood cells are regenerating. And every day you're maintaining your pace, peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Every day you're doing that, you're giving yourself a blood sugar shower. Okay? Because you're literally, it's just like your cells are taking a shower, getting all that sticky stuff, the sugar off of it. You're taking a blood sugar shower. But here's the thing, folks. You're the only one that can give yourself a shower. You're the only one that can give yourself a shower. Like I said, your mom can't give you a shower. Your husband can't give you a shower. Nobody can give you a shower. The doctor cannot give you a shower. A blood sugar shower. The only person, you. So this is it, folks. Hope this is making sense to y'all. Let me put an honorable mention. Put an honorable mention. If this is making sense on the work that you're gonna have to do, you're gonna, like I told you before, we got to get outside of our comfort zone. But progress matters more than comfort, because that's what it means. Progress matters more than comfort. If this is making sense to y'all, folks, I want y'all to put a health yes in the chat. Health yes in the chat. Health yes. If this is making sense on the work that you got to do to be able to bring your number back down to the ideal range of 4.9 to 5.3. Put a health yes, what you got to do, the work. If you ever wanted to get to get your life back. Shout out to y'all over here, folks. Shout out to y'all. Where y'all from over here? Put where you're from over here. Put where you're from over here. Where you're from, folks. Put a health yes in the chat also. Put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to you over here as well. Health yes, yeah. The work you're gonna have to do. Health yes, yeah. My A1C is an 8.6. Yeah, okay, folks, great. Great. That well, no, that's not great, but 8.6 is not great. You want to get it back down to the 4.9 to 5.3. We want to bring it down. My apologies. Okay. I didn't mean to say great on that. Yours is an 8.6. GA, man. Shout out to GA. Health, yes. Yeah. Okay. Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, where y'all from? Where you from? Where you from? What city are you from? What country are you from? What state are you from? My name is Kelley, a certified holistic nutritionist. Coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas, folks. That's where I'm at. Ooh, Indy. If you're just joining us, folks, here's what I want y'all to do. Go register for the quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take right here. Boom, boom. So click right up here, and then you click on my picture again. And you're going to come to something. Oh, over here as well. If you click on that link in my description on my other socials, you're going to come to a link. That link in my description right here. Boom. You're going to come to something that looks like this. All right, looks like that. Here's where everything is, folks. The reason I'm pointing at it like that is because it's like Disney World for a diabetic. So if you're suffering from insulin resistance, this link, folks, is going to be like Disney World for you. What's on it? Ooh, a lot of good. What do I mean by Disney World? I grew up in Orlando, and Disney World is the greatest place on earth for a kid. But you guys are not kids. You all are adults. So therefore, this is where the adults, like if you're suffering from insulin resistance like I was, type 2 diabetes like I was, this is where you want to go. What's on it? Man, it's a grab bag of stuff. The quiz is on it. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. The masterclass, the 45-minute masterclass right here. Look, 45 minutes right here. 45-minute masterclass. All you got to do is pay attention. That's it. That's all you got to do. Pay attention. 45 minutes, absolutely free. What you're going to learn? You're going to learn that same formula that I just gave you right here, but I'm going to go into greater detail on the formula. I'm going to give you tactics in the formula. Tactics in peaceful mind. I'm going to give you tactics in active body. I'm going to give you tactics in clean eating. I'm going to give you tactics in effective sleep, folks. Like the 3-2-1 rule. Like the 3 M's. All right? This is what you'll learn in that masterclass. It's absolutely free, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. Right there. What else is there? There's a PDF. The PDF is free. It's a free PDF that you can go grab as well. Right? And then finally, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Now, this one right here is for my serious folks. This is for folks who are serious about change. These folks are said that I'm ready to take a blood sugar shower. Like, how do I take a blood sugar shower, Kelley? What's step 1 of taking a blood sugar shower? Maintaining my pace. Step 1 is this. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's only for people who are serious about getting off of that blood sugar roller coaster. Like I said before, if you had diabetes for many years, or even if you're recently diagnosed and you've been struggling with this condition, your blood sugar's high, your blood sugar's low, you got insulin resistance, you don't know what to do, you're taking this medication, that medication, if that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because that's what we're doing. We're for serious people who are ready to take control of their blood sugar. What is it? It is a blueprint. It's a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, like so many people have done, over 200 people, you follow this blueprint, you will get the same or similar results as they got. Okay? Same and similar results as I got, because I created it. Who am I? I'm the guy that created it. All right? I'm the guy that created it. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. And you see that picture right there? That's what we call it. Diabetes, heart heart disease, obesity. All right. You follow this blueprint. All we're doing is changing what you're. We're just going to be focusing on the C. We're focusing on the C. You follow this clean eating. You follow this real food. You follow this blueprint. Just like again, many people have done. You're going to lower your A1C in as little as 14 days. Why? Because I already told you. I already showed you the math and how that works. Like, what do you mean? It takes 3 months, Kelley. Yeah, for the overall picture, but in the short time, you can affect the hell out of it. What's up, Andy? Stand and fight. That's it. That's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, folks. You want to join? Everything's free on the page, except for the challenge. The quiz is free. The masterclass is free. All that stuff is free. The only thing that is not free, folks, is the challenge. Got to charge you for the challenge because it's real people getting real results. How much is the challenge? It's $99 to join that 14-day challenge. But use the discount code SHOWER. Take a blood sugar shower. Use that discount code. You're joining the challenge for $79. That is the discount code, folks. SHOWER to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But again, you said, listen, I can't remember the last time I felt real energy just coursing through my body. I can't remember the last time I felt like that. Then the 14-day challenge will remind you of what living actually feels like. You remember that? You remember what living feels like? You start taking a blood sugar shower. You start knocking the sugar off of your hemoglobin every day. In 14 days, you can go back to your doctor and your doctor's mind is going to be blown. Just like when Jazzy went back and got taken off all of her medication last week. Just like Steven, who went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in as little as 14 days. Or I remember getting a call on the Sunday from a truck driver, Sunday afternoon, about a month or so ago. He called me and this is what he said. He just called me. He was like, man, it worked. He was so excited. He was like, man, it worked. It worked. He said he went to the doctor and all my numbers went down. Man, it worked. He was so happy. Same thing's going to happen to you. Use that discount code SHOWER. All right, folks. Let's see if I missed any questions. Even if you're elderly, we had Janet came on last week and earlier this week. Yeah, earlier she came on Monday. Guess how old Janet is? She's 80. She's 80 and she joined the challenge. Came on the live and gave her testimonial about how now she's on the other. She was still in the challenge. Sure, she's on the other side of it now. That was Monday. Today's Saturday. So age is not, it doesn't matter how old you are. Your body wants to heal. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're 5 years old, 50 years old, 80 years old, 90, 100, your body wants to heal. Your body wants to survive at all costs. Good morning. Happy Saturday. What's up? 7th day on the challenge. Fasting Sunday. Fasting Sun 195. Friday morning 92. It works, y'all. Look, there it is. Look. So Lisa joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. She says, happy Saturday, 7th day of the challenge. Fasting started off at a 195, and now today she is at a 92. She's on day 7. It works, y'all. That's what she said. I didn't say that. She said that. That's what I'm saying. People come on all the time and they share their stories like this. You get written testimonials like that, or you get people come on and actually share their story, or I'll get a DM, or I'll get an email, or I'll get a call and it's like, yo, man, it worked. That's all he wanted to say. It's like a 2-minute call. Lisa's on day 7. going to suck in the beginning. I ain't going to lie. It's going to suck. Those first few days are going to suck. I ain't going to lie. But if you show up, you do the work, and you do it again tomorrow, by day 4, day 5, you'll be like, oh, I'm noticing some changes. Something's different. By the time day 14 comes, you're going to be a whole different person, I promise you, because you went and took a blood sugar shower. That's how quickly your body wants to heal. How much did you weigh before? Oh, I'm 5'2", so I weighed in. I was clocking in at 185 pounds, 5'2", 185. That's what I was. I was class 1 obese. Had I gained another 7 pounds, I would have been a class 2 obese. Yeah, I was pretty hefty. All right. Let's see. Thank you. 3 months. Yes, 3 months. What? Yes, it takes an A1C. The overall takes 3 months. But in the short time, you can affect it in the short time. That's just kind of how the math goes. Any modifications for the elderly? No, on the challenge, all we're doing is eating. All we're doing is eating. Janet's 80 years old. I don't know what your definition of elderly is. You know what I mean? But what do you mean by that? Like I said, are they 80? 80? Janet came on Monday and gave her story, her testimony. So, yeah, age doesn't matter. Does your body want to heal? In 2 months, sugar ate my fat. In 2 months, sugar ate my fat. Not sure what that one means. All right. Good morning. Just joined the live. What's the challenge? The challenge is for my serious people who are ready for serious change. If you've gotten to the point where change isn't just desired, you've been on that blood sugar roller coaster forever. If you raise your hand and say, that's me, Kelley, I need help. I need help, Kelley. I need help. I've been dealing with this for many years, man. I need help. Help. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to take this meds. I want to get my life back. I don't want to get my leg amputated. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where we're going to get you off of that blood sugar roller coaster. That's what the challenge is about. You want to join the challenge? Use that discount code SHOWER. You're joining the challenge for $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which a few people have done this morning. They've already joined the challenge. Are you next, right? Right? Lisa's in the challenge right now. Like I said, she's on, day 7, from a 195 to a 92, and she's just halfway there. You got to give that time thing. We got another week, and watch how it just stabilizes even more. Crazy. That's how quickly your body wants to heal. So age is not a determining factor. It's how badly do you want it? Because I'm telling you, your body wants to heal. Your body wants to survive. It will do everything in its power to kick and scream and claw and scratch and dig to stay alive. Everything. Don't believe me? See how long you can hold your breath. See how long you can hold your breath. It's not very long. It'll do everything it can to survive. If active body sleep is an issue, it's still possible to make a change. If active body and sleep an issue, it's still possible to make a change. Like I said, if you're just joining us, you got all the areas got to come together, and you got to maintain your pace. If you're having let's see, what'd you say? And you got an active body. If you got an active body, if you're not active and you're sleeping, yeah, that's going to be terrible. Like we did the thing earlier, okay? Poor sleep is going to throw everything off. I promise you it is. It'll throw everything off. So you can eat as much as you can be eating great, working out, all that stuff. But if you're sleeping like trash, man, or if you're chronically stressed, it doesn't matter. Appreciate the follow. 71 with mobility issues. That's why I asked. Gotcha. Yeah, we're just doing clean eating. We're eating. That's all we're doing. We're eating real food. We're not even going to the other areas. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating. Those That is for beyond the challenge. When you make it through the challenge, then you can go beyond the challenge. That's coming, folks. Next week, Thursday. Woo! Beyond the challenge. So if you join the challenge and you got amazing results, like Lisa's doing, she's getting amazing results. The next thing is, in the short time, we got her some amazing results. But then she's going to want to keep on going. That's when you join. That's when you go beyond the challenge. Okay? That's when we talk about, that's when we break down these, teach you how to have a peaceful mind, teach you how to have an active body, teach you how to have some effective sleep, and then the clean eating as well, of course. Teach you how to maintain your pace overall. That's an 8-week program. Hang out with your boy for 8 weeks. But you got to get through the 2 weeks first. Get through the challenge, and then you go beyond the challenge. That's me. Yeah, if that's you, you say you're raising your hand. A lot of people are raising their hand saying that's me. If you say if that's you, you're suffering from insulin resistance and you don't want to do that anymore, you want change, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here it is. Here it is. If you're just joining me over here, if you click that link in my description, you will find a link, and that link will take you to, just like over here, that link right there, boom. It will take you to my, right here, this page right here. There's a bunch of goodies on here, man. I'm telling you, go take the quiz, the masterclass, all that stuff. But like I said, if you raise your hand and you say, that's me, say, that's me, Kelley. You see what I did there? That's me, Kelley. You want to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Look at 14 days. It is a blueprint. All the meals are designed for you. All of the recipes are designed for you. There's something on there for everybody. I'm telling you though, whether you eat chicken or steak or eggs or whatever, there's something on there for somebody, everybody. Whether you eat plant-based, whatever. That's how I designed it. It's designed that way, okay? But there are no excuses. There are no excuses when you get in the challenge. You got it. If you give it 100%, I'm telling you, you go hard for 14 days. That's all it's gonna take. 14 days. You go hard. You set everything aside. You sit down and you talk to your family like, "Yo, family, this is what I'm doing for 14 days. I'm going super hard." So y'all get on board, go do it with me, or I'm doing my thing because I got enough reasons. I got enough reasons as to why I want to do this. So this is what I'm doing for 14 days. You have that kind of attitude, and in 14 days, you're gonna go take a blood sugar shower. You give it 100%. You give it 100%. In 14 days, your blood sugar, you'll be off the roller coaster, the ups and the downs and all that stuff. You'll be off of that, and then you will put a big dent in your overall A1C. Crazy how that works. But here's the thing. Like I said, yeah, it sounds good. Sounds real good, Kelley. But here's the thing. You're going to have to do some work. My last thing. If you want to join the challenge, use the discount code SHOWER. You join the challenge for $79. $79 to join that challenge. But this is how you're going to have to defeat this thing, folks. Just maintaining your pace day after day. Now, do you have to be perfect? No, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. But it's about what you do most of the time that matters most. Okay, remember that one. It's what you do most of the time that matters most. It's what you do most of the time that matters most. To get off the medication, to get your life back, to get everything back to where you want it to be. You got to do this. This is the mindset that you got to adopt. This is what I had to adopt. I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what my life is going to be about. And nothing is going to stop me. You want your A1C at a 4.9 to a 5.3? You're going to have to do some work. But like I said, I'm going to say it again. Whatever it is that you want, you're going to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what my life is going to be about. And nothing is going to stop me. You adopt that philosophy. You will continue to maintain your pace, and day by day, you'll be taking a blood sugar shower. Next thing you know, you look up, your A1C's at a what? You go back to your doctor, they're like, what? But on the other side, if you continue to do what you've been doing, let's just say you continue to do what you've been doing, continue to take the listen to your doctor. I'm not your doctor. It's not medical advice, by the way, like I told you before. But I'm just saying, let's just say you continue the same path, continue to be doing what you've been doing. What do you think the odds are that in 5 years, the only thing, you want to know what the odds are, that the only thing that's going to change in it's a very good odds, that the only thing that's going to change in 5 years is if you continue to do what you've been doing, is your prescription. That is the only thing that is going to change in 5 years from now. Just look ahead. Let's look ahead 5 years from now, the year 2030. You didn't change any of these areas of your life because it's a lifestyle. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle-driven condition caused by your diet and lifestyle. If you didn't maintain your pace and you continue to do the, like I said, the red pill, blue pill, like the Matrix, okay? You know what I mean by the Matrix? In the Matrix, this will be the red pill. This is when Neo gets outside of the Matrix, he takes the red pill. This is taking the red pill. Think of it like that. That's it. It's choice time, folks. It's your choice. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, we're going to go on to the next topic. Well, we're going to talk about clean eating coming up next. I want y'all to put new in the chat. If you're new, put new in the chat, because next we're talking about clean eating, folks. If you're new over here, put a new in the chat. We're talking about all things clean eating. Like I said, the most controversial topic that there is clean eating, folks. Before I do that, I want everybody to go take that quiz. Go register for the master class. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take. It's linked in my bio. You can go register for the master class where I break down that whole formula again, right? Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. And then for my people who are my serious people who raise their hand and say, yeah, Kelley, I'm ready for change, man. That's me. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to get my life back. For those people who said that and raised their hand, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. In the 14 days, your blood sugar your life will not ever be the same. I promise you. You follow the blueprint. That's it. Just follow, show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. It's the ultimate shortcut. The ultimate shortcut to get into 4.9 to 5.3 is this, folks. Here's the ultimate shortcut. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. Ultimate shortcut. That's you. I want you to use that discount code SHOWER. Join the challenge for $79. Okay. It's a live discount code, only available when I'm live. Okay, now let's switch gears a little bit. Okay, let's see if I missed any questions. New. Shout out to the new folks. I think that's his issue. Okay, I'm actually enjoying it, tasting these vegetables that I've eaten before and eating these at a meal. Yeah. You start to enjoy it. We're going to talk about clean eating. You start to enjoy vegetables again. Yeah. New. Shout out to my new folks. Okay. Now that we establish that you're the hero of your own story. We understand what we got to do. We understand what we got to do. It's scary. It's scary. It's scary work that we're going to have to do, stepping outside of our comfort zone. But you want to know what's scarier than staying in a painful situation? Is admitting that you had the power to change it. You've got the power to change it, folks, through your power of your lifestyle. That's it. That's the only thing scarier than staying in a painful situation, is realizing that you had the power to change it. Clean eating. The clean eating plate, folks. Do me a favor, folks. Who enjoys or who hates, let me say that, who hates counting their calories? When they say, listen, man, we need you to count these calories. We need you to lose all this weight, man, but we need you to count all these calories. Who enjoys doing that or who hates doing that? If you hate doing that, put a me in the chat. You hate counting calories. You hate weighing your food. You hate doing all that stuff. Put a me in the chat, folks. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Yeah, me. Me. A lot of people, why do you hate it though? That's the question. Why do you hate it? Why do you hate it? Me too. Me. Why though? Why do you hate it? Can you tell me why you hate it? What if there is an easier way, folks? What if there were a way when you have to count all those calories, weigh all that food, man? What if there were a way? What if there were a way? Too much, too cumbersome. Yeah, I'm too busy to do all that. Yeah, all the measuring. Nobody likes doing all that. Nobody likes weighing their food, counting their calories. Weighing their food, measuring their food. Nobody likes doing all that. Man, come on, man. Who likes doing that? Nobody. Yep. Because it takes too long, and I just give up before I'm done trying to figure it out. I just wanna, you just wanna live your life normally and lose the weight and just live life normally, don't you? Okay. Well, folks, there is a way to do that, and it's called this clean eating plate. This is the way I've been eating for the last, 4 or 5 years. People since 2021, since I lost all the weight, no more diabetes, heart disease, and all that stuff. This is the way I've been eating. So when people look at me now, they're like, "Oh man, Kelley, man." They're expecting like the weight to come back. They're like, "You still looking slim and trim, man." I'm like, "Why is that? Why are you still looking slim and trim?" Well, it's because I've been maintaining my pace. First of all, peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Remember that thing we just went over? And I also been mastering my clean eating plate. You're like, "Well, what the hell is that?" Instead of counting all those calories, let's flip up the whole game. Let's flip the whole game. Like I told you before, clean eating is the most controversial topic that there is. The most controversial one that there is. Now we did the little experiment, the poll, sweet potato, pumpkin, sweet potato, pumpkin. We did the whole thing, right? It's a very, very controversial topic. So here's my version of clean eating. Like I said, I don't tell people what to eat anymore because it's so controversial. So controversial. But here's a definition of clean eating. Why don't we fill our plate with 50% non-starchy veggies? Well, what the hell are non-starchy veggies, Kelley? Oh yeah, non-starchy veggies are the veggies like onions, broccoli, mushrooms, spinach, kale, arugula, asparagus, cucumbers, carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, all of that stuff. Those are non-starchy veggies. There's a whole list of these things, but if you go put in non-starchy veggies, there's literally a whole list of these things. You go put non-starchy veggies in, you're gonna get way more than what I just gave you. It's a whole list of them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them. Peppers, all different types of stuff. So that's 50%. All right. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go 25%. 25% what? Oh, easier way to do it, right? 25% protein and fats. 25% proteins and fats. Well, what kind of proteins? Like we talked about earlier, whatever kind you prefer. Whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey, whether it's eggs, whether it's steak, whether it's fish, whether it's tofu or tempeh. Whether it's TVP, texturized vegetable protein. Just make sure it's the leaner side, leaner sources. Now, when I say lean, I'm not talking about the processed meats. You want to stay away from the processed meats at all costs. Like my man Andy said over here when we were in the Navy together. He says, stand and fight. Okay? When you that was our slogan on the ship. Stand and fight. When you go to the grocery store and you see the bacon and you see the salamis and the hot dogs and all of that stuff, I want you to stand and fight. Okay? Get away from that section. Because those are group 1 carcinogens. Bacon, salami, pepperonis, what else? Sausages. Those are what's called group 1 carcinogens. If you don't know what a group 1 carcinogen is, just go look it up. Some nasty stuff. Okay? Let's say, what is a group 1 carcinogen or processed meats group 1 carcinogens? And then watch the answer. Okay? Watch the answer. So I want you to stay away as far. I want you to stand and fight against that section. That is not what I mean when I say lean proteins. Fats, avocado, healthy fats, avocados, nuts and seeds. You know what I mean? Peanut butter, like single ingredient peanut butter, almond butter, or the 3 approved oils. If it's avocado oil, coconut oil, avocado, coconut, olive. Avocado, coconut, olive. The only 3 approved oils, folks. If it ain't avocado, if it ain't coconut, if it ain't avocado, coconut, and olive oil, if it's not any of those 3, do me a favor and go to your pantry right now. If you see the canola oil, that big yellow bucket of canola oil, go in there and take it. Hopefully it's trash day in your house and put that thing in the trash. Put all that stuff in the trash. Those are not the oils that you want. Try to stay away from those as much as you possibly can. We got the peanut oils and all these other different kind of oils. Stay away from those oils. Stand and fight. Remember, that's the slogan, stand and fight. All right, 25%. Last category is carbs, carbohydrates, carbs / fruit. And then I'm going to put a down arrow on the fruit. I'm going to put a down arrow over there. I'm going to put a down arrow over there. Why? Because carbs are, there's a very, very specific rule. People are like, well, what kind of carbs can I have? If you follow this specific rule, you can pretty much have whatever kind of carbs you want. Here it is. Rice, pasta, quinoa, farro, potatoes, sweet potatoes included, all that stuff. You can have pretty much whatever kind of carbohydrate you want, but you got to follow there's specific rules to the game. This is the base that we're building right now. This is the foundation, but there are very specific rules to the game. Rule number one is you can increase the percentages on these other ones, on the veggies and the proteins. You can go higher percentage on protein, like 50% protein, less veggies. But rule number one is you can go down on the carbohydrates. You can go down on your rice. You can go down on your pasta, on your percentage. You can go down. But here's the thing. You can't go up. That's rule number one. You can go down, but you can't go up. Folks, you can make this thing so simple. Check it out. Check it out, folks. You can even go get yourself one of these plates. One of these are called a clean eating plate. You can go get yourself a clean eating plate. Look at that. And you can make your life like dumb easy. Okay? Super easy. Instead of going and getting all of that, counting all those calories, weighing all that food and doing all that crazy stuff, if that's you, you don't want to do all that. You might want to go get yourself one of these plates. Now, you can go get one out of my TikTok showcase called the Clean Eating Plate. These things are super durable, right? They're super durable. They're made out of straw, not plastic. They're made out of straw. You can even get so serious, like if you go hang out with your friends and family, you can take your plate with you. Like, look at that. Look at the size of that plate. Did I not draw it perfectly? Look at that. Did I not draw it perfectly, folks? All right, you get these plates from my TikTok showcase. My showcase. In my showcase, my TikTok showcase, you can get these plates. All right? I'm going to show you where they are. Show you where these plates are. Amazing plates, folks. Check it out. Click right, if you're on TikTok, click right here. And click on my picture again. So you got to click here, and then you got to click on my picture again. If you're over here on my other socials as well, there's a link in my description. Click that very first link in my description. And it's going to take you to, all the goodies. There's all the goodies, but on TikTok, come over here. And it's down here on the bottom. There's the showcase down there. It's down there somewhere. There it is right there. Look. Showcase. Boom. There it is. There are the plates right there. Go get those plates. There's more plates there. You go get those plates. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to change the game for you. It's a game. You play along. All right. I'm going to teach you how to play the game. But to participate in the game, you're going to have to go get yourself a plate, folks. And you get the plate from my TikTok showcase. So that's it, folks. That's it. That's the step one. Step one. We go deeper into it. You can, like I said, you can play around with the percentages and you can get crazy deep with this thing. It's like, that's called the game of life. So that's what I teach you in Beyond the Challenge. Now, folks, check it out. If you need help with this, if you say, yeah, man, I need help with this, I need help with all of this stuff, Kelley. Like I'm struggling with my weight. I'm struggling with all, okay? I'm struggling with my blood sugar. My blood sugar's high, my blood sugar's low. I need help, man. I tried everything. Nothing's worked. I'm starting to believe like I'm stuck like this way forever. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where we're taking this, if you're confused by all this stuff, we're just taking it and we're going to streamline it. And at the end of those 14 days, your A1C is going to thank you. Okay? Your blood sugar is going to thank you. Your joints and all of that stuff is going to thank you. Because this is what we've been waiting on. We've been waiting to take a blood sugar shower, man. We've been waiting. That's how quickly your body wants to heal, in as little as 2 weeks. If that's you, if you say, I'm ready to get off of that roller coaster, Kelley, I've got insulin resistance, I don't want to do I want to get my life back. If that's you, if you say that's you, then you should join that challenge. You use that discount code SHOWER. It's $79 to join that challenge right here. Here it is, right there. $79 to join that challenge. Well, we're streamlining your diet. We're going to be eating real food, just like what we're breaking down. We're just getting started on the plate right now. But this is just kind of some of the stuff that you'll learn beyond. This is some of the, you learn the basics in the beginning. It's like going back to boot camp. I talked about being in the Navy. I was in the Navy for 12 years. It's kind of like going back. We're going to take your blood sugar back to boot camp. Okay? Just picture your blood sugar going back to boot camp. Everybody's doing the same stuff, wearing the same clothes, eating the same food, going to the same classes, learning the same lessons. It's the same thing that everybody that goes through the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a formula. It is a blueprint. You just follow the blueprint just like everybody else did, and you're going to get the results. That's it. That's how the process goes. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. If that's you, if you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, you should join this challenge. It's $99 to join the challenge, folks. Everything's free on my page except for the challenge. Challenge is $99. Unless you use the live discount code SHOWER. Use the live discount code SHOWER. $79. It's going to take 20% off of the price. Totally. Again, there's choices on my page, folks. There's choices. There's the free stuff. But for my people who are ready for serious action, those are the people, over 200 people have accepted the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and they're getting amazing results. As Lisa, who came on earlier, she's probably still on, and said she went from 195 to 92 today, 7 days, day 7. Okay, let's go. How do I get to that page? You get to that page by clicking right up here. So you click here, and then you click on my picture again. That page has, you got to click on my picture again, though. And then you click the link right up under my description. That's called the link in my bio. Hold on. Let me see. Let's get to the Q&As. Let's see if y'all got any questions. Let's see if I missed any questions. Hold on. All right. Hold on. My screen froze. Hold on. All right, here we go. We're back. We're back. All right. Yes, I do. Great results. Maureen, you ready to go beyond the challenge? I know you got those great results in the challenge, so I know you're ready to go beyond the challenge. How do I reset? You reset by hanging out with me for 14 days and going through the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Going through the challenge. I bought some. Where do you get the plates? You get the plates from my showcase. I think that's where I left off. Yep, you bought some. You can't find it. What you can't find? You can't find the link to the plates or to the challenge, or what can't you find? Renee? Yes, I do need help. How much help, though, is the question, Dream. Do you need a little bit of help? Because a lot of when people say they need help, I'm not really sure what they mean when they say that. Do you need like a little bit of help? You just need some information, and you're going to take this information and run with it? Because there's a lot of information out there. I can just add to the bucket of giving you more information. I got a lot of information to give you. But then there's also my action takers. If you've gotten to the point where you need that kind of help, where you're like, I'm ready to take action. I need that kind of help. If you need that kind of help, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right. Can't find the plate. It's in my showcase. It's in my showcase. It says showcase. I need a reset. Yeah, telling you if you need a reset, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code SHOWER. You're joining the challenge for $79. If you say you need a reset, you said it. I didn't say it. You said it. So that's telling me, that's a sign that says, you know what, Tanya, it's time for me to go ahead and jump in and go ahead and accept the challenge. Use that discount code and SHOWER. You're joining the challenge for $79. 14 days later, you're going to have amazing results, just like everybody else who's joined the challenge. Yes, I do. Great results. Yeah, so like I said, Maureen joined the challenge. Fantastic results. right? Hi, my A1C was a 14. Is that a 14 undiagnosed? I'm so lost. Can it even be corrected? If you're still pumping, if there's blood still pumping through your body, then yes. If there's not, then no. But as long as there's blood pumping through your body, diabetes, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, folks, is a reversible condition. It's a preventable, reversible, whatever kind of condition whatever you want to say. Doesn't matter. But if your A1C is at a 14, the time to act is not now, but right now, Julie. It's like it's not time to play around because that sugar is literally sucking the life out of you. How much life? It could be 10 years, it could be 15 years, it could be 20 years. That's how much life it could suck out of you. Because that's a lot of sugar. 14? Yeah, you definitely want to take a blood sugar shower. Yes, can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait, Maureen, for the Beyond the Challenge. That's the true transformation. We're going for full transformation right there. The challenge is just to show you what kind of results are possible. But beyond the challenge is, woo, people aren't even gonna recognize you, just like they did for me, right? When they were like, yo, bro, who is that? That's Kelley? What? Same kind of results you're gonna have. I want to join the challenge. What do I need to do? You need to click the link in my bio. You need to click right up here, and then you need to click on my picture again. Click right here, click on my picture again, and it's gonna take you to that link, man. It's gonna take you to that link, and you click on that 14-day challenge, and you use that discount code SHOWER. You still got troubles with it, you let me know, but I got you. They can't find your showcase. People want to know what the showcase is? All right, let me show you what the showcase is. Let me show you what the showcase is, folks. All right, click right up here. Click on my picture again. All right, I'm gonna show you. Show me, okay? Click right here. Click on my picture again. Here's the showcase, folks. Right there. There's a showcase. See where it says showcase? Click right there. It's right above the top. You got to scroll over. It will say showcase. All right, see it? Showcase. So you got to click on my picture and then click on my face. And it's going to take you right there. Showcase. There it is. Oops. It's the studio. But the showcase is right there. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right there. Click it. There are the plates. Those are the plates you can go get. Right? This is the play along with the game. Now, we don't do the plates in the challenge. This is after. This is like beyond the challenge type stuff. But this is real life. But the 14-day challenge, it's boot camp. We're just going back to boot. We're taking your blood sugar back to boot camp. So that's it. So if you can't find it, folks, here it is. There's more. There's the other links. If you can't find it, folks, send me a DM. You got to send me a DM. You got to send me a DM. If you can't find it where all the stuff is, just send me a DM, folks. And I got you. Send me a DM. Send us an email. We got you. All right, here we go. I'm ready. All right, if you're ready, yes, can't wait. They can't find the play. I'm ready. Y'all show me y'all picture. Thank you. I appreciate that push. I'm alive, but living. I'm alive, but living. Yeah, you want to be thriving. You don't want to just survive, Julie. You don't want to just be out here surviving with a 14. You're just out here surviving. When you could be out here thriving. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. What is the challenge? 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's from people who are serious, who want to get off the blood sugar roller coaster that says, I'm on that blood sugar roller coaster. How the hell do I get off? This is where you get off, by joining the 14-day challenge. You raise your hand and says, I'm sick of the medications. I want to get off. I'm insulin resistant. I need help. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's what the challenge is for. Kelley, remind everyone that change is scary, but what is on the other side is so worth it. Yep. Yeah. Change is scary. Change is scary. Right? It's the scariest thing that there possibly is. You know what I mean? But if it were easy to change, it's probably not worth changing. It's probably not changing you. Right? If it's easy, it's probably not changing you. Okay? So it's easy to take the medications. Like, well, what's my prescription, doc? Okay, all right. I mean, that's easy to just go into that and I can just sit on the couch and watch Netflix. That's easy. That's not changing you at all. But when you get up and do something hard, because everything that you want and don't have is literally on the other side of something hard. I'm going to say that again. Everything that you want and don't have is on the other side of hard. Now look at it this way. Everything that you want and don't have is outside of your comfort zone. So if you want to get your life back, you say, yeah, I want to get off the meds. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to save my toes. I want to lose the weight. I don't want an apron belly or whatever. I don't want Dunlap disease. I don't want none of that. You got to get outside of your comfort zone. You got to get outside of your comfort zone. No, shower, it doesn't matter. It's shower. I just put a capital with it, but just put the word shower. It doesn't matter. But you're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone, folks. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you to burst your bubble. I'm sorry to be the guy to do that. But I'm just keeping it real with you. Diabetes does not care about your comfort zone. Insulin resistance does not care about your comfort zone. Insulin resistance doesn't care because it's Thanksgiving. Insulin resistance doesn't care because it's the holidays. Type 2 diabetes does not care who you are. It's a very serious condition, folks. One of the most serious conditions that there is. I told you before, because it's related to your insulin, insulin is the most important hormone in your body. So if insulin is the most important hormone in your body, and the A1C is an indicator of how insulin resistant you're becoming, that cannot be a good thing, folks. So let's get back to it. Now let's get back to this to this chart. We got way off because of the questions. I was answering the questions. But let's get back to the clean eating plate, folks. This is the foundation. A lot of people were asking where you get that plate. Go get that plate, folks. So let's dig a little bit deeper into it. The question is, what order do you eat the food? And you eat the food in this order. 1, 2, 3. First, you eat your non-starchy veggies, folks. First, you eat your non-starchy veggies. You eat the veggies first. You bought your plates. Congratulations. Play along in this game. You can play the game now. Non-starchy veggies, you eat that first. The proteins, you eat that second. And the carbs, you eat that last. That's another rule. Remember the rules of the game. That's rule number 1. You cannot go up on the carbs. You can only go down. Rule number 2. When you eat the food, you have to eat it in a certain order. 1, 2, 3. So that's fiber first. So 1, and then 2, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. Fiber first, then your proteins and fat second, and your carbs last. Just like when you go, think of it just like when you go to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, don't they, when the waiter comes out, first thing they say is they give you your appetizer, right? They give you your, what do you want? Caesar salad? You want house salad? Like what kind of salad do you want? You be like, let me get the house salad, sir. So you go get your house salad. That's why they bring that out first. Then what do they bring out? So that's one, that's your veggies. They bring that out first. Then what do they bring out? Oh yeah. Then they bring out the main course, don't they? They bring out the main course. Whatever you order, whether it was steak, whether it was chicken, whether it was fish, whether it was tofu, whether it was whatever. They bring out the main course. So that's the proteins and the fats. You eat that second. Then when you're at the restaurant, what's the thing that they come out when you eat your appetizer, which was your salad, and then you ate your proteins and fats, which was your main course. You ate that. And then finally, what did they bring out? The waiter came out at the restaurant. You sitting down with your family, you're celebrating somebody's birthday at the restaurant, and the waiter comes and he says, "Would you like?" It's the next thing they're going to ask you. Would you like? Would I like what? Would you like to see the daggone dessert menu? Would you like to see the dessert menu? That's what they're going to say. And you're going to say, as a matter of fact, I would, because it's my daughter's birthday. So number 3, think of dessert, think of carbs, and think of fruit as a dessert. Think about fruit, think of it as a dessert. And then you eat your carbohydrates last. Think of these as pleasure. Section 3, you think of that as, every time you think of this section, you think of pleasure. Every time you think of this carbohydrate and fruit section, you just think of immense pleasure. Just like a dessert. So that's how you eat it, folks. That's how you eat it. Any questions on that before we go to the next one? Classes in session. Any questions? If you want to, and then any questions, we're going to get to any questions on that one. Then we're going to keep more. We're building our plate. You want to join that 14-day challenge, folks? Use that discount code SHOWER. It's a live discount code. Any questions? Let me see. Pass. I get cappuccino with cinnamon. Okay. Dessert, y'all. How about if the main course is pasta like fettuccine? No. Okay. I see. We cannot get that for a main course. We cannot get the fettuccine Alfredo as the main course. You're violating one of the rules. Okay, that's another rule. Speaking of that, you cannot eat. There's a lot of rules. Write these rules down, folks. You cannot eat the carbs by themselves. You cannot eat the carbs by themselves. You do that, it's called eating your carbs naked. It will be like waking up in the morning and eating fruit, not fruit. I mean, yeah, you eat fruit, but I'm talking about eating a dessert for breakfast. It's like waking up and eating a banana pudding for breakfast. You wouldn't do it. Okay. So never eat carbs naked. Don't eat naked carbs. We can dig into more than that, but never eat naked carbs. Okay, gotcha. I forgot you have to bring Brandon to his car one moment. Okay. Good morning. Will broccoli, carrots, asparagus, green beans suffice for non-starchy veggies? Let's see. Broccoli, carrots, asparagus, green beans. Yes, those are non-starchy veggies. So I'm reading a lot about carnivore diet. I can't do it. I love vegetables, apples, berries. Yeah, if you can do the carnivore diet, that works for you, fantastic. But for most people, it ain't sustainable. Just like you were just saying, Jill, it's not sustainable because it's not realistic to go without some dessert, right? People want to have some. You want to go out and have some birthday cake. Like, all right, it's my daughter's birthday. Geez, I can't have birthday cake. So I'm on a carnivore diet. You feel me? That's not real life. You know. Hell no to pasta. Pasta, yuck. Okay. Flavored applesauce. Holly, I know you ask about that applesauce a lot, but no. I'm gonna tell you again, Holly. No. You asked me about that before. I remember. No flavored applesauce. I've tried 3 times to. Tried 3 times to what? Exactly. Yuck, only beef, no salmon. That's weird. Okay. How about flavored applesauce? Holly, come on. You're really serious about this applesauce? No. Holly, I'm going to point it out to you because you asked me a lot about the applesauce. No. I have a feeling she's going to ask again, though. No. Everything's on the UK app. Did it get a good score? What was the score? It doesn't matter if it's on the app. The question is, what is the score? Tried to purchase the challenge. And what happened? What do you mean you tried to purchase? And what happened? You tried? What do you mean tried? If you're trying and if you can't find the link, if that's the problem, you can't find the link, send me a DM. Just click on my name and send me a DM. And I got you. We'll get you right afterwards. We'll get you out right afterwards. Right afterwards if you can't join the challenge. If you're having trouble finding the link. What? Yeah, Hope Brandy. Send us a message if you can't find it. Help by adding cinnamon to applesauce. No applesauce. If you want to do applesauce, if you really just love applesauce, okay, you can do it last. Do it as a dessert. But I don't recommend it. But if you do it, you guys are really on the applesauce today. Okay. I don't recommend it, but again, it's your choice. You can have as much applesauce as you want. It's not recommended though, but have as much as you want. Because y'all serious about this applesauce. Apples raise my blood sugar a lot. Diabetic use them when they're having low to bring them up. It froze. Okay, hit the refresh button. Hope by Brandy. It shouldn't. Maybe so many people trying to get it that it froze up, but now okay, it's good to go. Let me see. Let me double check. Let's see. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna see if it freezes up. We'll see. We'll see together. Here it is. Boom. And let's see. I accept. It's working over here. Where did it freeze up? That's the question. Try it again. Hit your refresh button. Try it again. Use that discount code SHOWER. Any protein restrictions? The protein restrictions are, there are none. There are none, no. There's a restriction on the carbs. You can go down, but you can't go up. You can change the percentages on these other ones, but you can't change. You can go down on the carbs, but that's it. You go down to 20%, 15, 10, but you can't go up. Eat dessert. My A1C is 8.9. Can I eat red meats? Again, as long as you're following the clean eating plate, you can pretty much have whatever you want as long as you're eating clean, real, whole, unprocessed foods. But you got to know how to use this plate. That's why you got to go get yourself a plate. Get yourself a plate. Join in on this game now. Everybody's playing. Everybody's playing. Eat dessert last, so hopefully no room for desserts. Hopefully. You don't need this section. This section right here, you don't need that section. It's great. They're great to have, but you don't need them. You need this section, fats and protein. That's what your body needs. Those are essential fats and they're essential protein. Your body needs those. Essential fats, essential proteins. Hold on. Essential fats, essential protein. Let's see, what else? We're almost sugar addicts, and addict will try to get their drug or of choice, applesauce. And you guys are really, like I told you before, man, if you want the applesauce, go have it. You know what I mean? You guys are really serious about the applesauce. You know what I mean? I don't know how much sugar is in there. I don't know. But y'all are serious about it. Yes, baked apples added cinnamon. Yeah, you can do added cinnamon to some baked apples. Yeah. How do you get my A1C down to a 6.5? By doing the work. By showing up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. What's the work? Having a peaceful mind, having an active body. Clean eating, which we're talking about right here. That's why we got the ideal number up here, right? 4.9 and 5.3. That's where you want your A1C. You got to take meds. What meds do you have to take to get your numbers to a 4.9 to a 5.3? They're called lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle meds. So lifestyle first, medication second. And you will put a big dent in your A1C in as little as 2 weeks. You hang out with me for 2 weeks, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Your numbers are not going to look the same anymore. Your blood sugar, you're going to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster in as little as 14 days. I promise you. It's a blueprint. Over 200 people have signed up for this thing. And they're doing the work. And they're getting the results. People are coming in and telling their stories. That's how you do it, by doing the work. You can start by joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, though. I eat baked potato with skin and all sweet potato. Is that healthy? Right? We talked about the carbs, right? The carbs, it really doesn't matter as long as you're obeying the rules. Go get yourself a plate. Get yourself a plate. Who said that? Get yourself a plate, High C. We want to teach you how to play this game, man. Just follow along. When you get your plate, order your plate for my showcase. Go get it. When you get it, you're like, I'm in the game now. I can play the game, Kelley. Right? These are for my self-starters. So we got some self-starters out there. So if you're a self-starter, you can go get yourself a plate and you can just follow along. But if you need that help, you need that extra kick in the butt. Those are the people who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. They're like, give me the blueprint, Kelley. I don't know what it is. Just give me the blueprint. You're telling me a lot of stuff, but just make it step by step for me. Like, okay, I'll make it step by step for you. And then that's what I did. That's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint with the clean eating, you're going to get the same or similar results as everybody else who's come on and told their testimony this morning. I'm not making these stories up, folks. These are real people getting real results because they're following a proven system. Same system that I used when I was obese, had diabetes and heart disease and all that stuff. Yeah, sweet potatoes, it doesn't matter what the potato is. It's just as long as you're obeying the rules. So sweet potato, yeah, sweet potato, white potato, whatever. Just remember the rules of the game. Let's see, 2 meals a day, spaced out, intermittent fasting. Will that drop your A1C? Well, I don't know. What are you eating? How's the rest of your stress, man? Are you managing your stress? Or just because you're eating 2 meals, you could be eating McDonald's twice a day. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's not going to drop your A1C. I don't know. And then in between, you could be snacking in between. So there's a lot of variables there. Wait, we don't need carbs? No, you don't need carbs. What you need is glucose. And shout out to somebody for joining the challenge. They just joined the challenge. Shout out to them. Check your email. It's going to be an email from me. Check it out. And then I'm going to send you a personal text message after the live. I got you. Let's see. Where do I sign up? Here's where you sign up. You sign up right here. You click this link right here. You click here, and then you click on my picture again. So click on my picture again. You sign up here. Here's where you sign up. All right, quite a few folks have signed up this morning. Shout out to them for taking the first step. Click here, click on my picture again. Woo, you're gonna come right here. See that? That's where everything is, folks. Go get the plates. It's in my showcase right there. Go get the plates out of my showcase. But then for my folks who want to join the challenge, here's the challenge. Here's where the challenge is right here. It's a lot of freebies on my page as well, but here's where the challenge is right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. For people who are ready to take control of their blood sugar. You've gotten to the point where change is not just desire. You don't just desire change. Like, it's not something I just desire, man. This is something that's downright necessary. Why? Because you're going to be here for your family. That's why. You're going to be here for your kid to walk them down the aisle. To walk your daughter down the aisle. You're going to be here for your kid's graduation. That's what you want, right? There it is. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's 14 days. We're going to take your blood sugar back to boot camp. Okay? We're going back to boot camp. Told you I was in the Navy. They would have to send me back to boot camp. Or let's just say like this, a Navy SEAL. To be a Navy SEAL, you got to get all the way through the whole 6 months. Like all the way through the end. If you don't get all the way through the end, you got to go all the way back to the beginning. Like, you month 3, you hit a snag in month 3, you got to go all the way back to the beginning. Next time you do it, you hit a snag at month 5. Now you got to go all the way back to the beginning. That's what we're doing to your blood sugar. We're going to go all the way back to the beginning. That's why it's called the reset, folks. 14 days. All your meals are designed for you. It is a blueprint. It says if you follow this, you're going to get the same or similar results as everybody else who's joined the challenge. And they're taking a blood sugar shower, right? They're taking a blood sugar shower. What does that mean? That means that you are, every day you're doing the work to knock that sugar off of your hemoglobin, to restore it. So every day you're taking a blood sugar shower and you put a big dent in your overall blood sugar and your A1C in as little as 2 weeks, folks. It's a proven plan. I did it. If I did it, if this guy can do it, if he can do it, why can't you do it? If he can do it, why can't you? Look at this guy. Okay? He can get rid of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. He can get rid of it, reverse it, reverse heart disease, lose all the weight. If he can do it, meaning me, if I can do it, why can't you do it? Simple math. If I can do it, you can do it. It's as simple as that. There's no other way, because I got red blood cells, hemoglobin running through my body, oxygen-rich blood, and so do you. You've got oxygen-rich blood flowing through every cell of your body. And you can restore that. Bring your life back. Add 15 years back to your life. Add 20 years back to your life. Become a great grandparent. Right? Wouldn't it be nice to say that I'm a great grandparent? Like, I got great grandkids. I got great grands. You're bragging to all your friends that you got great grands. You're bragging to everybody. You do. All right, let's see. All right, I think we answered the questions. Thank you, Holly. Love you too, Holly. Shout out to you. Almond butter is, yes, almond butter is the healthy fat. Almond butter goes into the fat category, right? As long as it's a single ingredient almond butter. All right. I need to lose more weight from walking 2,100 steps. Then, Holly, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge as well, right? That's where we go beyond the challenge. What did I just, look at this. If I can do it, Holly, why the hell can't you? Okay? If I can do it, why can't you? That's what you want to do. First step is to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's the first step. I'm just getting in. Shout out to you. Recap. Real, you're welcome. Yes, I plan on it. Yeah. All right. Here's the recap. What we've covered so far. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. If you have a peaceful mind, have an active body, clean eating, effective sleep, clean eating, which we're talking about right now, you will bring your blood sugar down from a high A1C. It's not going to drop itself to the ideal range, 4.9 to 5.3. The medication is, you are the medication. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Only way you're going to get your A1C back to there. All right. Oh, let's talk about beans. Let's talk about beans. Beans, folks, are these are like a superfood, right? Beans. Like what kind of beans, Kelly? Well, the dry beans, like red beans, navy beans, cannellini beans, chickpeas, all the beans. Black beans. Yes. All the beans. The beans. You can make a delicious pot of beans. Woo, beans. But here's the thing. Beans are what's called a resistant starch. You're like, well, what the hell is a resistant starch? Well, a resistant starch is something that resists digestion. It cannot be digested. So it is a resistant starch. It's resisting digestion. You're like, well, that doesn't sound like a good thing, Kelly. If it's resisting digestion, that doesn't sound good. Well, actually, it's a great thing. Here's why. It's because when you eat a resistant starch, it goes into your stomach. And then when it goes into your stomach, it goes into your small intestines. And at that point, it's supposed to be digested. It's supposed to start digesting it at that point. But it doesn't always go that way. It doesn't always go down like that because they're resisting the digestion. You can't digest these things. So it goes all the way through your small intestines, undigested, until it gets to your large intestines, right before it leaves your body. That is where the fun begins. That is where your gut bacteria will eat the fiber. And when you eat this fiber, folks, when they eat this fiber, they love it. The bacteria, that's why they say, hey, have good gut health. Maybe what your gut flora look like, basically, it's your garden. Think of your gut like a garden. Yeah, that's the best way to think of it. Think of it like a garden. And you got to nourish the garden. You got to nourish the garden. You got to pull the weeds. You got to make sure the soil is nice and nutrient rich. Well, it's the same thing that happens whenever you eat beans. These things are known as prebiotics. Like, well, what the hell are prebiotics? Well, prebiotics are what lay down the foundation of having a good gut. They lay down the foundation like nutrient-rich soil. Think of it like that. It's nutrient-rich soil. So when you eat the beans, that is the good nutrients, nutrient-rich soil. You got to have a good foundation. So that's what beans are known for. That's why they're so great, because you feed your good gut bacteria. So beans, folks, eat them, okay? But here's the rules. Here's the rules with beans. There are some rules. You can't eat the beans wherever. You can eat the beans with section 1. Look, we labeled it, right? You can eat the beans with section 1. You can eat the beans with section 2. But you cannot, folks. It is a cardinal sin, folks, to eat the beans and the rice together. These sections right here, you cannot eat those two sections together, folks. You can't eat those two sections together. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, you cannot eat these two sections together. Beans and rice, or beans and potatoes. I'm talking about if you're suffering from insulin resistance. If you're perfectly metabolically flexible, great. If you can switch between burning fat for energy and burning the food for energy, great. You can do that, folks. You can eat the beans and rice together, but if you are suffering from, if your A1C is like a 14, like somebody said, your A1C is anything above a 5.7. 5.7 and above, we don't need to have beans and rice together. Navy beans are a great one. No cornbread either, yeah. Beans and rice are good together. But if you're suffering from insulin resistance, no, they're not. It's a nightmare together. If you're perfectly fine, if you're metabolically flexible, if you're a person that's not suffering from insulin resistance, have all the beans and rice that you want. Spike your blood sugar all day long, you'll be fine. But if you are suffering from insulin resistance, the very last thing you want to do is you want to grab some beans and rice together. You don't want to go to Popeyes and get the red beans and rice. And then what else you get at Popeyes? Oh yeah, you get the chicken, the 2-piece spicy dark. I get the 2-piece spicy dark. Used to, I don't get it anymore. Okay, I don't get that. I don't eat that anymore. That's what I used to get. The 2-piece spicy with the biscuit. With the biscuit, with the honey. When I was this guy, when I was him, oh yeah, I was going to Popeyes. I was going to Popeyes. He was going to Popeyes, folks. Getting the red beans and rice. And that guy from that picture had an A1C of a 6.5. Okay? You suffer from insulin resistance. Beans and rice are not your friend. Beans and potatoes are not your friend. But beans with everything else is your friend. Beans with non-starchy veggies are great. Beans with proteins and fats are great. Beans and carbs are like combining Batman and the Joker, putting them on the same team. Superman and Lex Luthor on the same team. These guys will never be on the same team because they're mortal enemies. It's a bad combination. I'm not saying that beans and rice, you can do beans and rice. Again, you're perfectly fine. You're not suffering from insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction, great. Have your beans and rice. But if you are, no beans and rice. Okay? No beans and rice. Okay, that's it for the beans. Now, last category. Nobody asked about this one yet. People usually ask me, well, hey, Kelley, well, what's for breakfast, man? What do I eat for breakfast? What about breakfast? Anybody curious about breakfast? Put a me in the chat. Or we can skip over it. We can skip over it for the day and we can go to the next topic. But if anybody's curious about breakfast, we'll go into breakfast. But if not, sometimes people are curious about breakfast and sometimes people aren't. So, hey, whatever floats your boat. This is your life. This is not my life. To breakfast or no breakfast, right? Anybody want to know about breakfast? Anybody? Breakfast. Yeah, a lot of people want to know about breakfast. Okay, breakfast. Anybody else want to know about breakfast? Yeah, okay, breakfast. Now this is I got to go into detail on this one. So bear with me because this is a very important meal, breakfast. For breakfast, folks, here's what you want to do. You want to get what's called let me say what not to eat for breakfast first. What not to eat for breakfast is section 3. It's probably a better way to say it. What not to eat is the sugary breakfast. To have a sugary breakfast is a no-no. If you're people, period, shouldn't have not even if you're just insulin resistant, but people, period, should not have a sugary breakfast. Shouldn't have a sugary breakfast. Here's why when you have a sugary breakfast, that's going to take your blood sugar. Imagine a rocket. Rocket fuel. That's what you give yourself in the morning when you have a sugary breakfast. When you have smacks, you know smacks. When you have Honey Nut Cheerios, when you have the Pop-Tart, when we have the Ding Dongs, when we have French toast with all the syrup and all the honey and all that stuff. Mom's pancakes. Mom's pancakes. Okay? That, folks, is not what you want to have. It's going to spike your blood sugar just like a rocket. Now, on the other hand, if you have a savory breakfast, you're going to take off like a plane. Your blood sugar is going to take off like a plane. Instead of a rocket, it's going to take off like a plane. You eat sugar in the morning, it's going to take off like a rocket, and then it's going to crash. And you're going to feel that later. You're going to be like, ooh, I feel that. I feel that. Ooh, I'm crashing, folks. But if you eat a savory breakfast, what's a savory breakfast? A healthy protein, a healthy fat, and a veggie. A protein, a fat, and a veggie. A protein, a fat, and a veggie, folks. That could be something like this. It's called the savory breakfast. It could be like chicken and broccoli and an avocado. So let's go to the sections. Let's go through the sections. Chicken, protein. Avocado, fat. Broccoli, non-starchy veggie. Any combination like that. It could be for my plant-based folks, right? It could be tofu, a tofu scramble with some bell peppers with an avocado. Or tofu scramble with some bell peppers and spinach. Tofu scramble, protein, spinach, non-starchy veggies. They can do an avocado, some nuts and seeds. Instead of doing a avocado toast, you can take the tofu, split it in half, use the tofu as the bread. Bada bing, avocado toast. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get creative with stuff like that. So it's whatever kind of breakfast you want, as long as it's a savory breakfast. It could be fish. It could be fish and cauliflower and a little scoop of peanut butter. That's a savory breakfast. You take off like a plane in the morning time. Goes slow, goes gradual. This is how your energy is going to go. It's going to take off like a plane. Or you're on that runway. And it takes off. And then when it gets to cruising altitude, like 500 miles, these planes are going like 500-600 miles an hour, folks. That's why it can take 2 hours to get from Houston, where I live, to Atlanta or somewhere. It takes like 2 hours because of how fast these planes are going. So what does that mean for you? That means when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the middle of the day, you're at the office, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So instead of you feeling all down and drained and all that stuff, if you would have had a savory breakfast, you would have took off like a plane, and by 3 o'clock, it would have started to peak. And you'd have started feeling great. You'd be going for a walk instead of like, oh my God, I'm so tired. It's 3 o'clock. Oh God, I'm tired. Is it 5 yet? Is it 5 o'clock yet, folks? That's what you're saying when you're at the office, aren't you? Is it 5 o'clock? No, it's not. Not yet. But you have a savory breakfast, and then you bring the plane back down in the evening time. In the evening time, bedtime, bring the plane back down for a nice landing. That's why you don't eat 3 hours before bed. 3 hours before bed, cut the food off. No food. So if your bedtime's at 10, cut the food off at 7. You're going to bring that plane in for a nice landing. You're going to go to sleep, wake up. It's a cycle, folks. This is how you lose weight. This is how you bring your blood sugar down. It's just constantly maintaining your pace. This is lifestyle medicine, folks. This is it. This is lifestyle medicine. This is part of the puzzle. Folks, you do this. You just keep on doing it. Just keep on doing it. Every day, maintaining your pace. Clean eating. Peaceful mind. Active body. Clean eating. Effective sleep. It just keeps going over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's it, folks. Any questions on the clean eating plate? Let me see if there's any questions. Let's see, any questions on this clean eating plate? Let's see what the questions that I missed, folks. That's it. So we're wrapping up clean eating. Again, folks, I know this is stuff. I went through a lot of stuff. But I'm telling you, once you get the hang of it, that's why people who are going to go beyond the challenge, this is the stuff I'm going to teach them and beyond the challenge, right? Because it can start to get complicated, especially when your body starts doing this, like, oh, I'm not losing the weight. What's happening? Well, we got to go in and tweak something. As it's a game. So step number one is go get you a plate, though. All right, so let's get to these questions. Folks. Last thing, if you want to join that challenge, folks, if you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, use that discount code SHOWER. If you're struggling with this, if you say, yeah, Kelley, I'm struggling with all this, man. I don't know what to eat. My blood sugars, every time I eat this, my blood sugar goes crazy. Like, what do I do? I need help, man. If you need help, if that's you, if you're struggling with insulin resistance and you say, man, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know why I want to take these meds. I don't know. I'm frustrated. If that's you, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You use that discount code SHOWER. You join the challenge for $79 when you use that discount code, the live discount code. So let's get to some of these questions. There's some questions. I love all the questions. Try to get to all the questions. I thought beans were good for you, and beans are a good source of protein source. They're great for you. They're great for you. Grape nuts? No. Grape nut cereal? No, it's terrible. I'm in. Okay, if you're in, let's do it. Let's do it, Brandy. You're in? What are you in for? You in for the challenge? What are you in for? Did you sign up? I think you were looking for the link. Did it freeze? Okay. Use that discount code SHOWER. Live discount code. For breakfast, eat lunch at 1, dinner at 7. Fast for breakfast. Okay, eat lunch at 1 and dinner at 7. Okay, great. Fantastic. I eat sausage, eggs, and cheese biscuits every morning. Woo. I wouldn't recommend that one, but if that works for you, hey. Hey, but if you care about your blood sugar, if you want a blood sugar roller coaster, I probably wouldn't eat that one, but it's totally your choice. I wouldn't eat it though. I don't like cereal. Okay, great. Multi-grain pancakes, no. Don't matter if it's multi-grain. It's gonna multi-spike your blood sugar. It doesn't matter. Can you speak anything overweight children, how to help them from a lifetime of obesity? Yeah, it starts with the parents. I tell you that much. And overweight children starts with the parents. That's where it starts. Right? And little kids is 2 and 3 years old. They have diabetes at 2 and 3 years old. That's not the kid's fault. I'm talking about type 2 diabetes, not type 1. Type 2 diabetes at the age of 2 and 3 years old. They haven't even started preschool yet, and they've got diabetes. Type 2. That's not the kid's fault. It starts with the parents. That's the advice. It starts with the parents. What about a smoothie of fruit? You can do a fruit smoothie as long as you've got clothing on it. What's clothing? A protein and a fat. Protein and fat veggie. Something like a almond butter you got in there. You got some protein powder in there. Maybe you threw some leafy greens in there. Right? But just don't do the fruit smoothie by itself. Just wake up in the morning, fruit, and drink it. No. Okay? You got to have some clothing with it. Sardine salad, I wouldn't recommend a sardine salad. Okay, but if you do sardines, great. If that's great for you, I don't do sardines, but if you do that, it works for you, fantastic. That's your preference. Because I can go over here. In the protein section. But again, sardines, that works for you, fantastic. Fruit is you can do fruit, like I said before, the lower glycemic fruit. Berries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. Those are the fruits. Lower glycemic. Kiwis, peaches. Those are the fruit that you prefer if you're suffering from insulin resistance. Those are the fruits that you want. What about intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is great if you're able to fast. If you're metabolically flexible, you can fast. Start with 12 hours, and then start with 12 hours one week, and then go to 13 hours the next week, 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, week after week after week. You got to train your body to fast. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, you just ain't going to wake up one day and be fasting. You know what I mean? I'm a fast. Oh, you got to ease. You got to train your body to fast. Kelley, I'm not a breakfast person. I eat at 12 p.m. I was drinking smoothie with spinach and kale. Okay, that works for you. Yeah, you don't got to be a breakfast person, but you want to, in the morning time, you want to prioritize protein though. Well, not even in the morning. Your first meal of the day, you want to prioritize some protein. You do that, you're going to feel full and satiated throughout the day. All right. What's the deal, rice versus quinoa? Well, the deal, rice versus quinoa is quinoa is a seed. They're both carbohydrates. They're both contain glucose, but quinoa is like a better, a healthier version of rice. Okay, it's not going to spike your blood sugar as much. Still going to raise your blood sugar, but not like rice will. Not like white rice, even brown rice. It's better than that, right? So there's some other stuff too, like farro. Farro is great, right? There's another one you can add in there. Can you speak on that 16-hour intermittent fasting from the day before or before you start breakfast? Huh? 16 hours. If you can go 16 hours, great. You can go 16 hours, that's great. Right? If your last meal is at 7 p.m., then your next meal is not going to be until 11 a.m. That's 16 hours. You can do that. If you can do that perfectly fine, if you're not like getting hangry, you can do that. If your body can shift over to burning fat, you can do that. That's great. If that works for you, fantastic. But a lot of people can't do that. So I say start off at 12. Start off at 12 hours. How about savory smoothie? Yeah, you can do a savory smoothie. You can do that. You can do a savory smoothie. Sure. Like I said, you can do a smoothie as well. Like I said, I do smoothies, but when I put my smoothie, if I put fruit in my smoothie, I know that I'm just not doing a freaking whole thing of just blueberries and the whole thing of bananas without having any healthy fats in there, maybe like an avocado, some nuts and seeds, and then put a scoop of protein powder in it, right? What about all these zero breads? That's crap. We're going to talk about that next. We're going to talk about clean eating. Now we're going to talk about next what to avoid. Is Ezekiel bread good to eat? It's the better option of breads. It is a better option of bread, yes. How many carbs should you have in a day to reverse as slow insulin resistance, I guess? It's not about the carbs, folks. It's not about how many. It's about obeying. My rule, we play a different set of game. We're just wrapping up the clean eating. We went over the carbs, man. Check out the replay. We're going to go through all the carbs. Zero breads, yeah. We're going to talk about that as well. The crap, what to avoid the crap. That's the next section. We talk about what to eat now. Now we're going to talk about what to avoid. Can you have a fruit smoothie in the morning? I did that when my A1C down to a 5.6. My doctor says, okay, but should I be concerned? You want to get it ideally to 5.6 is you're right on the cusp of becoming insulin resistant. 5.7 is where it starts. Yeah. You would be concerned. Yeah, you would be concerned. 5.6, get it back down, right? Get it back down. What's your number carbohydrate you have in a day if you have resistance? Yeah, you missed that one, man. You missed that section. We talked about the carbs. It's not a number. It's just a percent. That's why you got to get yourself a clean eating plate. Start yourself with a clean eating plate. We do by the percentages, folks. We don't do by the counting and all that stuff. We don't do that over here. Got knocked off. What's intermittent? What about intermittent fast? I talked about that already. That's a crazy too. What is the 14-day challenge? The challenge is for people who are gotten to the point where their change is not just desired; it's downright necessary. If you're on that blood sugar roller coaster, if you lie awake at night wondering if diabetes is going to steal your future, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? Because we're going to rewrite your whole story. It is a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, just like countless other people have done. Over 200 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's for people who are suffering from diabetes, prediabetes, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, all of that stuff. You're suffering from that. That's what you have. You say, Kelley, I need help. If you raise your hand and say, yeah, that's me, Kelley. I need the help, man. Help me. How do I please help? That's why I created the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Why? Because I was a diabetic. I had heart disease and I was obese. All of that stuff I had. I don't have any of that anymore. Why? Because I changed my lifestyle. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. But in the challenge, all we're focusing on is clean eating for 14 days. And in 14 days, there's been many people, come on, somebody went from an 8 to a 6, their A1C, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Because your A1C is not going to lower itself. You're going to have to do some work. In 14 days, it's a challenge. I want to put you through the work, but it's a blueprint. You follow the blueprint, you get the results. You want to join that challenge? Use that discount code, SHOWER. That is where you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? Because we're gonna go to the next topic because Q&A is over, folks. There's a lot of questions. I tried to get to them all, but it was too many. I couldn't get to them all. So right here, folks, here is where you get to the quiz, the masterclass, all the freebies, folks. All of the freebies. Right here, the quiz and the masterclass. So click on my picture. Click on my picture again. No, cream of wheat is terrible. Cream of wheat is terrible, folks. Here it is right here. Here's how you join. You click that link. For my folks over here as well, you click that link. The link is in my description over here as well. You just click that link. I point you in the right direction. You click it, and you're going to come to something that looks like this. The quiz, folks, this is a 2-minute quiz. If you just joined us, take this 2-minute quiz to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Like, have you been doing a great job managing this condition? Have you been doing a terrible job? Well, that quiz is going to expose you or reveal you. Okay? Which team are you on? Team Ant or Team Grasshopper? The 14 or the masterclass right here. It's free as well. All you got to do is pay attention. It's absolutely free. 45 minutes. I break down the lifestyle medicine formula. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep, folks. PDF, absolutely free. But here it is right here. This is for people who say they need help. This is for people who say they need real help. There's a lot of free stuff. You can go grab all the free stuff you want. But when you need real help, when you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, if you say that's you, yeah, I'm ready to take control of my blood sugar. Yeah, I'm ready to get out of this funk that I'm in. I've tried everything and nothing has worked. And I started to believe that I'm stuck this way forever. If that's you, you've been on the blood sugar roller coaster for many years. If that's you and you want to get off of the roller coaster, like Kelley, today's the day of my stop. Today's the day I want to get off of this roller coaster. I'm not going again for another ride. I ain't going on that roller coaster, the ups and the downs and the highs and lows. I'm done with that. If you say that's you, if you say I'm done with that, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's what you should do. It is a blueprint for the people who are ready. But sometimes I get it. A lot of people aren't ready yet. A lot of people are not in enough pain yet to accept this challenge. It's $99 to join the challenge. $99 to join this 14-day challenge. The blueprint that you're going to get. Everything that you need. Food, recipes, all that stuff. The guidance, all of that. All you got to do, folks, is show up and do the work. But here's the thing. If you use that discount code today, the live discount code, if you use that live discount code of SHOWER, because you're going to be taking a blood sugar shower in these 2 weeks. By the end of these 2 weeks, your blood sugar and A1C included. We've got doctors taking people off of their meds. These are not false stories. These are real stories. Okay? I'm not just making false claims like your doctor took you off your meds. Like, no, we got real stories, real testimonials. In 2 weeks. That is the power of your body, of taking a blood sugar shower. Okay, joining this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What do you get? That's all the stuff you get. Well, you're going to get your freedom back. I'll sum it up. What do you get? Like, what do you get, Kelley? Here's what you get. Like, what do you get? I'm going to sum it up. What you get is your freedom back. That's what you get. Okay? You get to hang out with your kids for a little bit longer. You get to run around with your grands. That's what you get. You get to be a great grandparent because you saved your life. You added many, many years back to your life. You could be just like Jazzy. You could get off of the medication. The doctor took her off of her medication after she joined the challenge. She did the work. That's the thing. Show up, do the work, do it again tomorrow. That's the challenge, folks. But again, like I said, a lot of people are not ready yet. But then you start getting that little thing called regret. Ooh, regret. What is regret? Regret looks backward. Hope looks forward. You got to choose which one are you. Either you become the boss of your lifestyle, or diabetes becomes the boss of you. I'm going to say that again. Either you become the boss of your lifestyle, or diabetes becomes the boss of you. I had to become the boss of my lifestyle. To do this, I had to become the boss of my lifestyle. To go there to do a transformation, a total transformation, I had to become the boss of my lifestyle. I had to. There was no other choice. I was backed into a corner. Only reason I made that transformation right there is because I was backed into a corner. Had I not been backed into a corner, I'd be double that size by now. I'd be double that size had I not been backed into a corner. I had to come out fighting. That is why I made the transformation. But that's what it takes, folks. It takes for people to, and I'm telling you, like, people saying they need help, help me, help. But until they're backed into a corner, until they're like, I have no other options, most people aren't going to move. Most people are just going to sit there and just let time go by and just let the time go by and just whittle away. So most people will choose to do. Why? Because we don't want to get outside of our comfort zone. But growth and comfort cannot coexist. They cannot. All right, let's see. Let's see if we missed any questions. That's it, folks. I'm not a superhuman. I'm not a superhuman. You're the superhuman. You can do the same thing I did. You can do the same thing that people who have done who joined that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You join that challenge. It's $79 to join that challenge. You use that discount code. You become a superhero too because you took the first step. You took the first step. Is to get outside of your comfort zone. Because like I said, growth and comfort cannot coexist. Let's see if I understand. A couple more questions, then we go to the next topic. They want to start me on meds. My A1C is a 6.7. Do you want to be there? Is that something you're excited about, Mimi? You got a choice. You got a choice. Either you can do the work or you can take the meds. It's totally up to you. You know what I mean? It's totally up to you at that point. You can't have beans. All right. Wow, amazing. Here it is, folks. Let's go to the next section. Let's go to the next section. The next section, folks, is called this. The next section is called this. Oh, little bit of tidbit. If you're in Houston, come on out tomorrow. I'm gonna be at a live event tomorrow. I'm gonna be at a conference. I'm doing a speech tomorrow, giving the same stuff I always give up here, but we get to meet in person. We're gonna meet in person, folks. If you're out in Houston, come to the Holistic Health Expo. Let me see, where the hell is it? Where the hell am I gonna be tomorrow at 10:30? Speaking live. The Holistic Health Expo is at let me see where it is. If you're in Houston, folks, come on out. Let me see where it is. It's at let me pull up my calendar. It's at where is it? Oh, the West End Houston Medical Center. The West End and the Medical Center. You know the Medical Center in Houston. We'll be at the West End tomorrow, 10:30. The Museum District. Come on out, holler at your boy. Come on out. Man, we're wrapping up the whiteboard. We're gonna go to, we were talking about clean eating, but we're wrapping it up right now. We're going to what to avoid, foods to avoid. But basically, to get your number to the ideal range, folks, this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to do some clean eating. You need help with this. You need help with this, folks. Join that challenge. But now, folks, let's shift gears. Clean eating is a big topic, folks. So now we know what Batman is. So now that we know that what Batman is, Batman, that's the good guy, right? Batman. Big Batman fan, right? Right? I'm a big Batman fan, right? Like, look at this Batman right here, right? What's up, Batman? I'm a big Batman fan. It's a huge Batman. He's the good guy. So Batman will be clean eating. Now, the Joker is the bad guy. He'd be the crap. This is what I want you to do. I want you to do this. You want to get your number back to the ideal range. Here's what you're going to have to do. It's an acronym. It's called cut the crap. That's the name of this section. Now we know what clean eating is. Now, folks, who's the opposite? Well, the opposite is the crap. It's an acronym. The C stands for carbonated. Remember, we did clean eating. What's the opposite of clean eating? It's crap. Carbonated junk. Ooh, that's the opposite, folks. Carbonated junk. You're like, well, what the hell's carbonated junk, Kelley? To get your number back to this ideal range, you have to cut this carbonated junk out. What is it? Sodas, ho-ho Twinkies. I mean, not sodas, sorry, carbonated junk. Sodas, not Twinkies, okay? Like Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, all of the energy drinks, man, like all of the zero drinks, all that carbonated junk. Beer is another one. Thank you for saying that. Beer, carbonated junk. Beer included. Carbonated junk. Those are the ones you want to stay away from. Every time you go into the gas station, you see all that carbonated junk and all the different colors and all of that stuff. That's all carbonated junk. All right, so we're going to stay away from that one. All right, the next part of the category is the refined sugars. Ooh, that's the next part of the formula. The refined sugar. Ooh, the ones that everybody loves. The refined sugar, like the Snicker bars and the white sugar, basically. The table sugar. That's refined sugar, folks. You know what I'm talking about. Table sugar. All of that. All the white stuff. Refined sugar. Things like high fructose corn syrup from like ketchup. You know, ketchup, that's high fructose corn syrup. We want to avoid that. High fructose corn syrup. There's a lot of sugar in everything. Definitely everything has sugar in it. How can you use as a defense to find out, well, what the hell am I fighting out here? Here's your magic. Here's your weapon that you're going to use. When you're out in the grocery store, and when you're out in those streets, you're going to use this app. Download that app called Yuka. It's a Yuka app. Here's what you do. You scan, you come in the grocery store and you got like, oh, okay, maybe I want to get this food today. And you scan it. Beep. You scan it and it's going to give you a score. It's going to give you a score. Now, this is going to be it's going to give you a score from 0 to 100. It's going to say it's either bad or good or great or excellent or whatever. Just make sure you use that app. It is called Yuka. Y-U-K-A. You use it as self-defense whenever you go into the grocery store to find out if this crap that I'm eating or is this something else. This is some good stuff. So that's refined sugar, folks. You want to know how much sugar is in a Coke? Say like a Coca-Cola. Let's think about how much sugar is in a Coke. How much? You want to know? It's about 40 grams of 40 grams of sugar, folks. In a teaspoon. 40 grams of sugar in a Coca-Cola. You're like, well, what the hell does that mean? Why should I care about 40? What does that mean, Kelley? Make it make sense. All right, let's make it make sense then. You want to know how much sugar is in a regular can of soda? Here's how much sugar is in it. There's an equation that you do, and it's 40, we'll say 40 grams. 40 grams of sugar times 0.24. What does that equal? 40 times 0.24. That's the equation. So I'm going to do the math. I'm going to do 40 times 0.24. What is that going to be? Oh, yeah, look. 9.6, folks. 9.6. You're like, 9.6 what? 9.6 teaspoons of sugar. That's how many teaspoons of sugar are in a Coke. Almost 10, like 10, we'll round up. 10 teaspoons of sugar are in a single can of Coca-Cola. What does that look like? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look, this is 10. This is 10, folks. This is 10 teaspoons. This is what you drink when you drink a Coke. When you drink a Mountain Dew, you just drink 10 teaspoons of sugar. Look at that. It's 10 teaspoons right there. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even more than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got just 12 in here, but yeah, close enough. You get what I'm saying. Look, they're falling out. That's a lot of sugar. You want to know what that's going to do, folks? That's going to spike the hell out of your blood sugar. Why? It's because your body is only required to have one of these things. One. But you just gave it like 10. So that's refined sugar, folks. The A stands for artificial. This is the stuff you're going to have to cut out of your life, folks. Artificial, and I'm going to put this in quotations because this is a family environment, but artificial stuff. Got artificial stuff, folks. I put stuff in quotations, but here's the thing. I wanted to say another word. So it's why I put stuff in quotations. So artificial stuff, I want to say started with a sh. So artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, the sweeten loaves, all of that stuff. That's all artificial stuff, folks. You want to stay away from the artificial stuff as much as you possibly can. Sweeteners like sucralose, the Diet Cokes. People are like, well, what about Diet Cokes? Well, what? No, that's artificial sugar. What about artificial sweetener? Well, that's what about the Diet Coke? What about the Coke Zero, Kelley? Can I do zero Coke? Like, nah, bro. Like you want to avoid that. Number one, it's not going to raise your blood sugar. Artificial sugar is not going to raise your blood sugar. We're talking about getting our number back to the ideal range, but here's what it's going to do. It is going to raise your insulin levels. So if you're insulin resistant and you get a Diet Coke, okay, it's just making the problem even worse. So artificial stuff, artificial colors. When you go in and you see all the tricks in the rainbow and all that stuff. Taste the rainbow. That's what the Skittles say. But the question is, do we really think that we're tasting the rainbow when we eat Skittles? No. You ain't tasting the rainbow. What you're actually tasting is chemistry. That's what you're taking. That's what you're tasting, chemistry. Somebody in the laboratory made that to make it taste a certain way by using a certain dyes. That's why you get all the yellow stuff on your tongue. Artificial stuff. Bad juju. And then finally, processed foods. All right, here's where it gets dicey. Processed foods, like what kind of processed foods? Oh yeah, all of the stuff that you see, the Doritos, the all of the stuff that you see, the Takis and the ice creams and all of that stuff and everything. Dairy, that's another one. Dairy goes in the crap category. Okay. People always ask me about dairy. What isn't dairy a healthy fat? No, dairy is not a healthy fat. Okay. Cheese is not a healthy fat, folks. I don't get into the debate with cheese anymore. It's an endless debate because it's what people tell me. I'm never giving up my cheese. I don't care what the hell I'm eating. I'm not giving up my cheese. I'm not giving up my cheese and my bacon. Cheese and bacon are going to go in the crap category. If you want to know more about cheese, you want to watch a lecture called Utterly Amazing. Utterly Amazing. You watch that lecture. Utterly amazing, folks. And by the time you finish that, it's an 80-minute lecture by a gentleman named Walter Veith. He's a zoologist. If you don't know what a zoologist does, it means basically zoo means they study animals. He studies animals. So he knows a thing or two about dairy and all of that stuff. So utterly amazing. But yeah, dairy is going to go in the crap category. Bacon is going to go in the crap category. All of the sausages and the bolognas and the hot dogs and all of that stuff goes into the crap category, folks. Artificial stuff, all of the artificial colors and sweeteners and preservatives and all of that stuff. Processed meats, all of that stuff. All of the sugary junk foods and all of that. The whole Twinkies, the ding dongs, the Cheetos. I used to get so crazy with it, folks. I used to get so crazy with this thing, man. Like gummy worms, Cheetos. Like I used to have Cheeto dust literally hanging out of my belly button. Like, look at that. That's why I always had my hand in front of my belly. I used to sit on the couch and just eat Cheetos. Look, that's why I got look how they caught me with my look. I got the pot in my hand for crying out loud. I got the pot in my hand. Look how I was like, oh my God, you caught me. Look, Cheeto dust. If I move my hand, Cheeto dust would fall out. Literally, I'm not even joking, folks. Because I was eating a bunch of crap. That's why I was obese. It was why I had heart disease. And it's why my A1C was at a 6.5. 6.5. It's because I needed to cut the crap and get to work. That's what I needed. And as soon as I cut the crap, folks, and got to work and started clean eating, effective sleep, all that stuff, peaceful mind, all of that stuff started to turn around. Look, I cut the crap. Look, this is what happens when you cut the crap. Look, you can go from this, cutting it to that. Cut the crap. That's when I cut the crap. Look. I wasn't even at my heaviest on that one picture. That was like I was like halfway there on this picture. But some of the other pictures, man. You see what happens when you see what can happen to you when you cut the crap out of your diet, folks. Do you have to be do you have to say, yeah, I gotta be perfect? I can't go to the barbecue for whatever, friends, family, birthday cake. No, you don't have to be perfect. But you remember what I said earlier. What you do most of the time is what matters most. Remember I said that? I said what you do most of the time matters the most. So are you clean eating most of the time? It's not about cheat meals. People ask me about cheat meals all the time. Oh yeah, Kelley, cheat meal here. Can I have a cheat meal? Do you have cheat meals? What about cheat meals? Like, there's no such thing as a cheat meal. You got to change the way that you look at that. There's no such thing as a cheat meal. It's what are you doing? A better question is, what are you doing most of the time? Because what you do most matters the most. You clean eating most of the time, or you eating crap most of the time? Which one's winning? Clean eating, or is the crap winning? Is the clean eating winning, or is the carbonated junk winning? Is the clean eating winning, or is the refined sugar winning? Is clean eating winning, or are artificial stuff winning? Is clean eating winning, or the battle of good versus evil, or is it the processed foods that's winning? Like I told you before, Batman, he's the good guy. Batman's a good guy. He takes down the bad guys. The Joker is the bad guy. That's the crap, okay? We got to cut the crap. Carbonated junk, refined sugar, artificial stuff, processed foods. So that's it, folks. You want to know more about the foods that you should be avoiding? If you say, listen, Kelley, I've been eating the crap for way too long, man. I need to cut it out of my life. Like, I need help, bro. I need help getting my A1C down. I need help my blood sugar, man. My blood sugar's on a roller coaster. I need help, man. I've been struggling. I'm so tired of taking these meds, man. What do I do? Yeah, what you do is, if you're struggling with this condition, if you've been struggling with this condition for many, many years, type 2 diabetes we're talking about, high blood sugar, all of that stuff. If you've been struggling for many, many years and you want to get off the roller coaster and you want to get your life back, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, right? Here's what you should do. You should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Where is it? Right here. This is where you want to do. Click right up here. Click on that picture again. But if this is making sense to y'all, folks, I want y'all to put a healthy yes in the chat. Put a healthy yes in the chat if this is making sense to you on what it means to cut the crap. And I'm going to get to your story. I'm going to get you all your questions here in a second. But while we're doing that, put a healthy yes in the chat that's making sense to you. Here's where it is, folks. Here's where it is. Here's all the goodies. It's like grab and go Disney World. Disney World. Health, yes. Not health with a TH. Here we go. Look at that. Here's where the masterclass is right here. Masterclass, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is right here, though. Sorry. The orange one. You click that orange one. That is the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is where people who are just like you, who have joined this challenge, these people were ready to take control of their blood sugar. And guess what? They did. You joined the challenge and you gave it 100%. These people have taken control of their blood sugar. Like many of the stories who come on here, and the people who have told their story, right? If you want to join that challenge, you want to be one of those stories. You want to be the one that says, I'm getting my life back. But you're going to have to do some work, though. It's a blueprint. I'm going to give you the blueprint. People are like, well, I need direction, Kelley. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. I just need to, I'm the type of person, Kelley, I just need to know like what to do. And I'll do it. Just give me, if it's manageable, I'll do it. Whatever it is, just tell me what it is and I'll do it. But we're not counting calories. We're not doing any of that. We're not counting no calories. We're not weighing food. We're just eating real food. We're just changing the order in which we eat the food. That's it. We're just changing the order in what we eat the food. That's as simple as that. That's what the challenge is about. It's about simple. It's going to take you outside of your comfort zone. Is it simple? Yeah. You'll be surprised at how simple it is. But the results, whoo, here's what the results are saying. Here's what the people are saying. Okay? What the people are saying. All of that. 14 days is a blueprint. All the meals are designed for you. Everything, the recipes, all of that's designed for you. It's $99 to join the challenge. It's $99 to join the challenge. But if you use that live discount code, SHOWER, that is the live discount code, you join the challenge for $79. We're getting ready to get out of here in 15 minutes. So you want to use it for the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Use that discount code SHOWER. You're joining the challenge for $79. And I promise you, if you do the work, that's it. I already know it. If you do the work, I just got to sit back. We'll know by your results at the end if you decided to do the work or not. Okay? If your numbers are not where you want them to be, it's probably because you didn't do the work. But if you show up and you do the work for 2 weeks, just like everybody else has done, you will get the same results as they got. You will get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, and you will go to there has been a couple of people who've come on here and shared their story, how the doctor took them off of their medication. I didn't take them off. They didn't take themselves off. The actual doctor took them off after they've seen their results. Okay? That's it. If that's you, if you're ready for that, you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge use that discount code shower. So let me see. This is making sense to y'all. We're gonna get down to the last. We got 15 minutes left. So I'm gonna sit down, folks. If that's all right with you, I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna have a little conversation. Let me bring it down. Ooh, we're bringing it down. All right, folks. Let's see. All right, hold on. We're resetting up. We're resetting up over here. All right. Shower is the discount code because you will be taking a blood sugar shower. So that is the discount code, folks. Shower, yes. Let's see if I missed any questions. Health, yes, yeah. I like caramel frappe from Starbucks. That's gonna go in the crap category as well. All signed up. I'm excited. What's 543? What's 543? What do you mean? What's 543? I'm gonna send you a text message, Chrissy. I mean, not Chrissy. Hope by Brandy. I'm gonna send you a personal text message here after the live. Don't worry, I got you. But check your email. You should have an email from me. You all signed up for the challenge. You should have a couple of emails from me. But don't worry, I'm gonna send you a personal text. Make sure you got everything. All right. I'm excited for you, Brandy. Shout out to you for signing up for that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge because you said that you needed help. You raised your hand and you joined the challenge. So for the people who are saying that they need help, it depends on what kind of help you need. You need a little bit of help where you're like, hey, just give me the information, Kelley. Just tell me, just like, I want more information. Like, what do I read? I need something to read. I need something to watch. Like, give me that. We got that information. But we also have the information that if you need a tour guide, if you need to do the work, we're like, no, Kelley, the type of help I need is I want to get off of these medications. I want to get my life back. Then you're going to have to do the work. Okay. We got you. It's a blueprint. You follow it, you get the results. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You use that discount code shower. Appreciate you liking the shirt. Can you repeat examples of carbonated junk? Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, all the diet drinks, all of the 0-calorie drinks, all of the Gatorades, the Powerades, the Red Bulls. Okay, these are examples of carbonated junk. There's way more examples, but those are some of the examples. All right, full body transformation and real fat loss. The restart metabolism, get your body humming again. Restart that metabolism, get your body humming again. Yeah, exactly. That's what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is going to do. It's going to be 2 weeks to start kickstarting all of that. And then the true transformation begins. That's when we go beyond the 14-day challenge. It's called Beyond the Challenge. Those are for my people who have already done the challenge and they're ready to take the next level. That's going to be out next Thursday. It's called Beyond the Challenge. All right, Beyond the Challenge. That's for true transformation. You want a real whole transformation? Active body, clean eating, effective sleep, all those areas. Yeah, that's what we cover in Beyond the Challenge. Let's see. I have thyroid condition. Will you be able to help me? We focus on I focus on everything insulin, right? Insulin resistance. But yeah, if you're having trouble with your insulin, if you fix the insulin, you're gonna fix everything else. Because insulin is the master hormone. You fix that. If you're having trouble with your insulin too and your thyroid, you are struggling with that, then yes, this will help you. I need help. How much help though, LaShonda? How much help though? Do you need a little bit of help? Do you just need some information, like a book or something to read, or like some free information? Like, what do you need? Right? A1C 5.7. I still drink 0 sugar drinks. Can I still drink sugar? No, you can't. You can't drink 0 sugar drinks if your A1C is a 5.7. You're already sick. Right? Phil, I need that text. Just signed up for $10. Didn't get a confirmation yesterday. That's for a booking a call. That's for booking a call. Right? You got some emails from there. If you signed up for a call, you got some emails. Check your emails. They're from me. Right? The text is different. The text is for the people who join the challenge. Hi, I'm from Kissimmee. Shout out to my guy from Kissimmee, my hometown. Shout out to Kissimmee, Poinciana High School. That's where I went to. Shout out to George. I just downloaded the Yuka app. And I love it. Yeah, it's amazing. Is there anything we can drink for energy coffee? Well, here's what you can do. Instead of drinking some energy coffee, here's what you can do. When you wake up in the morning, you go out into the sun, and you go out into the sun, and you let that natural energy hit your eyes. That natural energy is called the sun. You let the sun hit your eyes for about 5 or 10 minutes. Wait 60 to 90 minutes after that. Then you can have coffee. But the idea is to let the natural energy kick in first before you do it with the coffee. So start there. It's not about like what energy drink to have or coffee energy drink to have. It's about what are you doing? How's your lifestyle? So that's part of lifestyle medicine, right? Going out into the sun. When you wake up in the morning, get that morning sun, get that evening sun. This is part of lifestyle medicine. You want to sleep like a champ? Go out into the sun in the morning and then go out into the sun in the evening. You'll sleep like a champ. Okay? You'll sleep like a champ. Is there anything we can drink? 4953. I'm not sure what you mean, Brandy. What is 4953? What are you talking about? What do you 49? Oh, 4.9 to 5.3. I got you. That's the ideal A1C. The ideal, your ideal A1C, that's the one that you want to shoot for. You want to shoot for 4.9 to 5.3. So if your A1C is at 6.5, like, no, you want it about like a 5.3, between a 4.9 and a 5.3. That's what it is. I got you now. What about carbonated flavored water? Is that okay to drink on occasion? Yeah, those are okay to drink on occasion. The carbonated, the flavored water, those are okay. You can do those every once in a while. Those are okay. You can do some carbonated water, great. But the carbonated flavored water, you can do those every once in a while. It's all good. Right? Looking forward to it on Thursday. Shout out to you, Leslie. The Beyond the Challenge is coming. Leslie graduated. She did everything in the 14-day challenge. Now she's ready to go beyond the challenge for full transformation. They're not even going to recognize you, Leslie. You're going to get that like, who are you? Yeah. They're even going to recognize you. Hi, I'm just joining. I'm sorry if I missed it, but why can't we drink zero sugar drinks? It's because they're essentially like, here's how I'll say that. They say zero or zero or no sugar, but what it really is artificial. That's the word that they want to say, but they can't say it. They put it on the back, artificial sweeteners, but you don't want artificial sweeteners. No, they're not going to raise your blood sugar, but they are going to raise your insulin, and they are going to destroy your gut, and they're eventually going to damage your overall health. Because here's why. You've got a real body, right? You've got a real body. Like, if you ever heard somebody say, hey, pinch me to see if this is real, right? That's why people pinch you, to see if it's real. Okay. If you got a real body, you put artificial stuff into a real body, what do you think is going to happen? You put artificial stuff into your real body. Your body's going to say this. It's going to say, yeah, it tastes sweet, but the body is not stupid. Your body is very, very intelligent. It knows the difference between fake sugar versus real sugar. So this is why whenever you drink some fake sugar, artificial sugar, you drink some artificial sugar, your body's instantly, you're still going to crave the real sugar, because your body is like, you thought that I was dumb, right? This is what your body's like. You thought that I was unintelligent. I know the difference between artificial sugar and real sugar. That's why you still got those cravings. All right. Actually, I need a lot of help. I would like to join the challenge. If LaShonda, if you need a lot of help and you'd like to join the challenge, here's where you join it. Because we're getting ready to get out of here. I want you to join it right here. Here's where you can join right here. If you click right here, I'm going to point you to it. You click right here. Thank y'all for helping me get to 123,000, folks. Appreciate you. You click right here, LaShonda. And then you're going to click on my face again. You're going to see my face. So you click right here, and you're going to click on my face, my smiling face. Click on it again, and then you're going to come here. There's where the link's going to be right there. right there. Same thing over here as well. Click the link in my description. Here it is. You scroll up, 14-day challenge is right there. You accept the challenge right there. Put your information in. It says $99. But the next screen is going to take you to, it's going to say, what's the discount code? You put the word shower in. It's going to direct you. It'll prompt you. You'll see it. You put that word shower in, hit apply. It's going to drop the price $20. It's going to drop the price down to $79. That is what you do. If you're struggling with this condition, if you say, I've had it, I'm ready for change, I've had that day where I need change, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code shower. You're quite welcome. Yeah, do that, LaShonda. Let's say, wow, fake sugar and a real sugar does the same thing to your brain and body. Fake sugar is awful. Okay? Fake sugar is awful. Fake sugar is awful altogether. Yeah, it's not real. Like, it's called chemistry. It's called science. That's what it's called, folks. Right? Can you overeat veggies? I mean, you can overeat anything. It's hard to be non-starchy veggies. It's hard to overeat them, but you can overeat anything. But yeah, it's hard to overeat non-starchy veggies. First of all, that fiber is going to kick in. When that fiber kicks in, you'll know. Yeah, you'll be like, I'm good. It's kind of hard to overeat veggies. You can do it, but it's kind of hard because they're loaded with fiber. It's not like eating a whole Twinkie. If you say, hey, yeah, can you overeat some whole Twinkies? Can you overeat some ding dongs? Yeah, you can do that. Thank you, Charmaine. Let's see. Well, that's it, folks. I want to join, brother. Yeah, if you want to join, it's a very interesting name, boss. It's a very interesting name. If you want to join, boss man, I would like to lose weight. Just went into menopause, and no matter what I do, I can't lose the weight. You can join the 14-day challenge as well, and then you go beyond the challenge, right? You join the challenge, then you go beyond the challenge. I help people lose weight as well, right? First thing we're going to do is going to bring your blood sugar back into the normal range. If your blood sugar's out of whack, we're going to get it right. And then after that, it's easy after that. Your body's like, it's ready to respond to whatever you give it. It's like, I'm ready to respond. Like, all right, we're back at baseline. Like, what do we do now? We want to lose weight? Okay, great. We want to gain weight? All right, cool. It's easy. And then as time goes by, your body will start to get smart. You'll start to like, oh, I'm not losing as much weight. And then that's when we just change the game up on your body. You change the game up on the food that we're giving it, or how are we giving it the food. Totally mess your body up. And be like, whoa. And then the weight loss starts all over again. 20 more pounds, right? Kind of how the process goes. But that's it, folks. We're getting ready to get up out of here. I want y'all to click that link in my bio, register for the quiz, register for the masterclass. And I want y'all to remember this, that if you can't answer the why, you won't last through the how. If you cannot answer the why is it that you want to do this? Why do you want to get your life back? Why do you want to get off the medication? Why do you want to do this? What is the real why? If you can't answer that why, you won't last through the how. I'm going to just keep it super, super real with you. We'll be back to Monday, folks. We'll be back Monday. And if you're in Houston, folks, you're in Houston, what did we say we were joining? What did we say? Shout out to you for joining the challenge. What did we say we were? Shout out to you for joining the challenge. Where did we say we were going to be on tomorrow? I'm giving a speech tomorrow at the West End Houston Medical. It's in the West End. It's going to be at 10:30 in the morning. The West End Houston Medical Center. That's what it is. It's in the medical district. The West End in the medical district in Houston. Come on out, holistic health show. Giving a speech out there. You know, some of the same stuff I do up here. We'll be doing that tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. But until then, folks, y'all got any questions? Send me a DM. If you weren't able to find the link for the challenge, send me a DM. Go get yourself a plate. And until then, when we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Huh? We're back, folks. I forgot to turn you guys off. When we're born, folks, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look like our choices. That's what I wanted to leave y'all with. See y'all on Monday. Not tomorrow, Monday.